I don't know if I agree with that, but okay.
Actually, kind of makes sense. I see it. Aww. That's a good point.
Oh, mood.
Oh, flashbacks. I said flashbacks.
Got me
There she is.
sat down at my computer.
Perfect timing.
No, I literally just walked through the front door, so you get.
She's gorgeous.
Very sweet.
Honestly,
Literally,
outstanding, amazing, excellent, never seen
Oh, yeah.
before.
you're all a bunch of simps.
Yeah. What do you think
Goddamn
the
right.
S in my name is for?
That tracks. They all stand for simp.
Yes,
I love you all very much.
Absolutely.
I love you all.
I only have 3 S's.
Ha. Anyways, I love you all.
We love you.
Love you too.
You missed me yelling profanities
There we go.
at my computer.
I feel like I could experience that anytime if I really wanted to.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Like, you know?
for those of you who attended last game, you will notice that my audio was crap because I tried a new mic and it tested out fine until I took it to OBS, and then when it went to OBS, it turned into crackly, poppy, pingy noises, and so it was really bad audio on my side. I'm really sorry for that, and I am going to never do that again, and I love my Blue Yeti, and I'll never ever leave it again. So, but yes, we are going to be running tonight, and tonight we are going to be playing Emerald Sanctums, which is our World of Darkness open world campaign setting. Now, World of Darkness, for those you don't know, is a world that is based on the modern world, but instead of there being normal everyday 9-to-5 stuff, there is also an entire layer of supernatural that kind of underlays and underpins everything that happens. And in this, there is vampires, there are werewolves, there are fae, there are mages, there are were-tigers, were-cats of all shapes and forms. And you guys are going to get to witness us as we try and play a group of these supernaturals trying to make their way through the city of Seattle and maintain their sanity while still trying to survive in a world of darkness. So, but all that being said, tonight I am joined by an amazing group of people who go out of their way to be here for us, and we really appreciate it. So let's say hi to everybody, and because she was the last in, Ivy gets to go first.
Even though I just lost video feed, that's fine.
Oh no! All right, I'll skip you for now.
I looked up, I was like, excuse me.
Still a gorgeous picture.
It is still a gorgeous picture too.
I was going to say, just can't get me this time.
All right, well, so let's go. Let's switch it around then. Sphinx, how have you been?
Hello. I'm well. I am here. I am still alive. I'm not dead yet, that I know of.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Ask your wife. Ask your wife. She'd
If
know.
I'm dead.
If she would have given you permission.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's also that. Yeah. There's that. I do not have her permission as of yet to die. We did make that pact.
Yeah.
I am not yet allowed to die.
Nope.
But busy with work, busy with all the things, planning a new podcast with some friends, and working on all manner of other projects outside of my normal content creation stuff. But yeah, glad to be here. Happy to be playing Emrys Grant, our word that I'm looking for is now lost. But our resident mage and bookshop owner. Think Harry Dresden, but a little fluffier. And you've got Emrys.
Yes,
A
absolutely.
lot fluffier, actually.
No,
A lot fluffier.
He's
Way
not a lot
nicer
fluffier.
than Dresden.
He is.
I mean,
I'm more
just as
socially
destruction
acceptable.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
just
would
as
argue that you're a
destruction.
lot nicer.
Yeah.
I'm more destructive. I'm as destruction prone, but
Yeah,
I am
right.
a lot nicer socially.
That cat pricks your head. You're being fluffy.
You're not as big an ass about it.
Well, you know, Harry's got some issues. Let's not come down on Harry, okay? Anyone who's ever read the Dresden novels understands.
He has reasons for his issues, and he is well owed those issues. He does need therapy.
Oh,
but
God,
he is
yes.
owed those.
For real.
Well, you know what? We have to be honest. Anyone who ever appears in any novel, book, program is someone who needs therapy. It's just a thing.
You know,
Live
literally.
stream for TTRPGs.
Live stream for TTRPGs. Play TTRPGs in general. By the way, if you play TTRPGs, you're gay. It's just a thing.
What?
Oh yeah, y'all are gay.
Absolutely.
Y'all are gay.
Yeah, I hope you guys know that.
Oh,
Yep. Everyone has to know that.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
Seven.
So Sphinx, do you have any idea when that podcast is going to be going live?
We are still kind of in the pre-production phase of the podcast. We're planning our season out. We had a fantastic meeting with everyone yesterday. We pretty much got the entire season planned. We just now need to record the episodes. So hopefully we can go live within like the next month.
This is something that I would love to do on Dinner Conversations. I would love to get on a bunch of us streamers, especially like GMs and cast members, and talk about how you guys work out your stream. Because like you guys come into this show and you have no idea what's going to happen from night to night. You have no idea what the overarching story is. I keep you completely in the dark, and I just run things off of what you guys do. I vibe off of you guys, but we don't have any structure to the plot.
No.
At all.
You do a real play game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how other people do their games. We just bolt around blind, pretty much. But it'll be interesting to talk about that. So,
You really?
pardon me, Milagros, how have you been?
I've been all right. I submitted my intent to graduate to my college. So I will be graduating May 8th and hopefully moving to New York City the following month, so like the first week of June. Hopefully moving to New. I'm really excited for both transitions. I don't do the best with like sudden changes, but I like that like the finishing of a certain phase of my life is coinciding with a new place, because I feel like it'll be easier to like do a little self reset and start like put some new habits into place, like have everything change at once and kind of establish everything at once. And I still have like content that I'm planning, and I will still be here with Dinner to Game. I'm not going anywhere. They can't get rid of me. But I will be streaming on my own once I am settled. I'm gonna have a new space. I've already got plans for like my setup. It's gonna be really fun. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
Excellent, wonderful. And so when you say you've submitted your intent to graduate, that just means that this should be your last semester.
Yes, I've met all of the requirements, including like the credit number requirement. And I also, my college allows like trans students to like request a certain name be used on their diploma, even if they don't have like legal documentation for that name yet. I filed at the beginning of this month to legally change my name because I want everything to match. Don't want to accidentally commit fraud. And I had a little phone call with them where they're like, we're not a legal document, like we can't get your name changed through us, but I, wanted everything to line up. And the part of me it's not petty, she's right, but like the part of me that's a little mean is very glad that I got to do that, because I'm spiting my dad, who I don't have a good relationship with, and he's gonna have to hear them call me by my mom's last name, just in front of everybody. And it's gonna be just revenge.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen.
My last name.
Because she doesn't like me. But all
You
that being
didn't
said,
push them out. I'm just saying. That was horrible.
She takes all the credit for that. That's true.
But yeah, I'm excited to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. And Crip Walker was just saying he didn't know that colleges actually did that. So that's really cool. But, Em, how have you been?
Good. We had a snowstorm last week, and we're getting another one this weekend.
I also heard. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Her Idaho Adventures. Interesting. Hi, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for following. Em.
Yes.
You originally, when we talked to you last, you had actually cut back from being the hardest working woman in streaming, and you had cut back to something that almost seemed reasonable. But I understand that you've just added more back to your schedule.
Okay, so all right, my schedule now, I have permanently Mondays off. Tuesdays, I'm here. So
Oops. That was loud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That was M's voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Em.
Okay, all right, are we safe?
Yes,
Are we
we're safe.
now? Okay.
I muted it.
So,
Sorry.
it's fine.
My phone rebooted.
Every other Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, it's 3 games on Friday. Friday's my busy day.
Wow.
Saturday, I only have 1 game a week on Saturday, and then Sunday, it's 2.
Good Lord. Well,
Yeah.
Did you give yourself one more day off then?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
Mondays and Wednesdays off.
But at the expense of doing like 3 shows in one day.
No, that one was actually planned since the beginning of the year. It's just the schedules. Everybody's only available on Friday.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Speaking of that, the podcast, the first episode of Monster Hearts Arcadia Bay University, will be dropping on Spotify on Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is already up for the Spotify in my beacons, which is already posted in the chat.
Yes, it is. And everyone's links are posted in chat. I do that for everyone as we speak to them. If frickin' Streamlabs is working, I'd actually have the links going live, but they're not, so I'm having to manually cut and paste everything.
I'm playing Lady Rosaline, our lovely noble she, who is about to get into even more trouble because apparently it's been a problem. It's been a problem.
But just like Em herself has the world's most amazing husband, Lady Rosaline has the world's most amazing fiance.
That I don't know that yet.
What if it is just literally your husband?
Oh my god, that show would be funny.
If he just showed up at this call, I'll be like, wait a minute. You're supposed
That
to
would
be
be
on ADH
funny.
Adventures. Why are you here? Why are you here?
Because
Hey.
he has to be your fiance.
We're planning that exchange on Tuesday nights with ADH Adventures.
Yes, I do know about that. There is going to be a time I think I'm actually going to be showing up on Turning Point, so that's going to be a thing.
Yep. All right. And finally, Ivy. Not finally. Ivy, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
And how you been?
Good.
How was work?
Long.
Long.
Long. We're training 2 new people, so it's
Oh.
long.
Well, hopefully you'll get some relief, though, too.
No.
No. I was hoping for you.
I wish, but no.
Gotcha. And Ivy, how are all your shows going? I didn't even I tuned into Ice Cream Sandwiches to watch your show, and then I freaking got busy and I was doing a billion things I didn't get to watch.
Yeah, it's good.
How's
yeah.
Farrell?
She's a mess. She's fine. She has a tattoo now.
She has a tattoo.
So she basically has gone from like the artwork that most people have seen of her to now she is wearing a dancer's outfit, which is like her old bard outfit, but she's wearing a black jacket made of red dragon scales and has an octopus tattoo on her neck now. So she's going through some things.
She's a pirate.
They're in the desert right now. Kevin, the ice cream sandwich, Kevin, our DM, has taken inspiration from the Mummy. So we are in a desert. So, yeah, we know. A swarm of we ended last night with a swarm of scarabs showing up. So it's fine.
Excellent. And Jonathan,
you guys are doing the Mummy? That's awesome.
They're doing the Mummy.
Yeah.
Which is very fitting, you know. If you ever everyone goes watching the ice cream sandwich, everyone over there is gorgeous. So it's just like, you know,
they are lovely.
It's the same thing as when we watched the Mummy. Everyone was gorgeous.
You know what? I'll pass it along. I think they'll appreciate that.
And Jonathan, you are our OG representative of Dinner and a Game here. How have you been, sir?
Been pretty good. Surprisingly unaffected by a lot of stuff happening lately. Especially considering how many people I interact with at work.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're lucky as heck. we don't even go to the war to Drake school, and we got sick. So yeah, yummy. Whew. So is everything going well though? How's everything going? And did you ever find any more games? I know you're looking for games to join.
I'm really not actually like looking that much. I play this game. And then I play another game on Thursdays I really enjoy. It's a Fantasy Flight game, Star Wars game.
Ooh.
I don't know how exactly it happened, but we're down to a party of 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is spending a lot of time with college stuff lately, so it's mostly just 3 of us that show up. One person's pretty exhausted after work, so it's hit or miss on how interactive he can be based on his exhaustion or energy level. And so... it's like a really small party of people running around, but I think we're at something crazy right now, like 800 XP in that system. Jeez. If anybody actually knows the Fantasy Flight game system, so we're basically like Return of the Jedi level characters or more.
So the Jedis are full Jedis, the Rapscallions are full Rapscallions, huh?
We're all Force users. The
boy.
game was set right after Order 66, and we're some of the few that got away. And we are now in a very much alternate timeline because we have really messed things up from the way they were supposed to have gone.
Oh, yeah. No. Every single... You know what? And some people have said this online, and I can fully agree. Every single time you have a bunch of... people playing in a canon adventure, it never stays canon. It always becomes a new timeline, and everything just breaks off and goes its own way. Because PCs are heroes, and heroes change the world. So just by our existence, it just takes everything off the rails. So yeah, I get it. I understand that can happen.
Become variants.
Yep.
I mean, we weren't even trying to make changes to stuff. It's just like something happened, we go respond to it, and then, you know, whatever we did ended up creating like a ripple effect that causes other problems.
Whoops, we killed Boba Fett. We have to let Disney know. They have to cancel the series now.
Honestly, my first thought was just leap through another portal, and that was all I can think of.
No, I think the highlight was Tarkin upset us. And so when he decided to wage the Western Reaches campaign, or the Western Marches campaign, we decided that we would show up and kind of throw a wrench in it. And we threw such a big wrench into it that the official report is that he has retired early and is no longer part of the Empire. Unofficially, he's currently our hostage.
Unofficially.
Officially, he's retired. Unofficially, he's a hostage.
Unofficially, he's in the broom closet. And Cryptwalker, yes, actually, every RPG that has a canon setting basically becomes sliders. Yeah.
I was thank you. I'm so glad somebody else got the reference. I'm so glad.
Here for that. Absolutely here for that.
And lastly, my amazing, incredible wife, Jessica, the social manager for Dinner and a Game, and the absolute heart for me. Hi, baby. How are you feeling? How's your throat? She froze.
I'm not doing something.
She looks so suspicious.
I know. She's just like, what is he doing? But luckily, she froze just in time, so she, now she can't respond. She's moving in, and so Jessica and I both have COVID, like I said. So we're gonna try and keep this as light as we can because everyone knows how fun COVID is. But just to remind everyone, if you do not follow us here on Twitch, you need to, because when we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, we are going to give away this set of D&D books. This is the box set, the collector's box set. It's a player's guide, the DMG, the Monstrous Manual, plus that GM screen in that slipcase, and it is the foil cover version. So it is incredibly shiny and incredibly beautiful, and we will be giving that away when we hit set 1,000 followers here on Twitch. We are at 646. So we're getting there. We just still need more help. If you can send a link to our Twitch to your friends and make sure that they know about it. Just let them know all they have to do is follow. Subs are not necessary. If you want to sub, we love you very much and we thank you for it, but you do not have to. We're here to have fun and play a game, and if you guys enjoy it, we love having you around. Also, if you follow us, and one more thing, if you go to the link for our YouTube, which is in our link tree, which I'm going to put up right now, if you go to the link for our YouTube and follow us on YouTube, we're almost at 100 followers on YouTube. When we hit 100 followers on YouTube, we're also giving away another one of these because that lets us brand our YouTube with the Dinner and a Game name, and we've been trying to get that for a while now, and we would love to have that. So if you can help us out, we will help you out, and we love giving things away. So speaking of giving things away, if you follow us over on TikTok, which is also in our link tree, when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to give away this 3D printed tower. This is a 4-story tall, 11-inch tall, 9.5-inch wide wizard's tower that has 4 separate levels, and it has staircases for each level. It has a door that opens at the bottom. It has a hatch that opens in the top for access to the roof, and it is yours if you are one of the people selected from our followers on TikTok when we hit 1,000. So go over to our TikTok and follow us there. And finally, tonight at the break, we're going to be giving away this mini, Alcala Maistan. This is a mini from Loot Studios. It's from their Parshan line, which is the story of a dragon attack on a city. And this is one of the hero characters. It's Rogue. And the funny thing is, you see that dagger in his hand? Well, they included an extra little file in the 3D prints when they included that dagger. And I'm thinking about giving this away too.
Need?
It's the dagger.
Need?
It's strictly.
Tell mommy, I want that.
It's 3D printed. It comes in a bunch of pieces.
That's mine. Kiss my butt.
I'm gonna print another one. It's 3D printed. I already put this one together. It's got some seams. You're gonna have to find, if you don't know how to model, you're gonna have to find someone who does to fill some seams in and sand it out and make it nice and smooth. But it is freaking gorgeous. It has an eye in the pommel. I think it's kind of cool. And we might be giving this away later on at another show. But all that being said, let's go ahead and get down to it. Lizard folk? What about lizard folk? No, not lizard folk. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the game tonight. So basically, where we left off, the heroes had rescued a young man from a perilous situation. His name was Eric. And yes, the heroes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ivy. She does eat people, so.
Emerus is trying to be a hero.
Fears not.
No. Oh, it is a lizard folk. You're right. Neat. I didn't even notice it was a lizard folk. That is so cool. Thank you very much for the keen eye, Crip Walker. So, but as I said,
just being the personification of that quote, "Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes." Just now, it was beautiful.
That was accurate. Yeah.
I told you, lizard folk. You
win. I lose, but I'm married, so I'm used to it. So we left off. They had rescued. Who did we lose?
Well, we lost Milagros.
Milagros went poof.
Oh no!
It's okay. She'll be back.
We love you.
But in the meantime, let me. Oh no, Milagros! She's broken.
It's broken.
All right. So Milagros will be back in just a moment.
God damn it.
Oh, Milagros was dropped from the call.
I will call her back. That was kind of weird because I didn't know I've hit it.
There you are.
Milagros.
Hi.
We love you very much. We don't know what happened.
What the fuck? Yeah, everything froze, and then it was like, oh, no internet, but I was still connected. Whatever, I fixed it.
I fixed it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine here.
Yep.
These are just features, ladies and gentlemen. We have lots of them.
Features.
Which cat is playing with the doorknob?
I don't know. Not on my end. All right. So, but as I was trying to say, as we left off, they were rescuing a young man named Eric, who turned out to be a creature called a Mowgli, or a were alligator. Not only was he a were alligator, but a group of horrifically deformed werewolves had kidnapped him to try and perform some ritual. And as part of this ritual, they had actually had him embraced by a vampire, which is supposed to kill lycanthropes. Somehow he survived. And not only did he survive, but during the ritual, they empowered him to take on what is basically a legendary form, which is the form of the dragon, which is one of the key totems for the werecrocs. They managed to save him from the ritual. They defeated the werewolves. They got him back to their place, and he basically, at that point, died because he had been embraced. He was going through the change. So they didn't know what was going to happen to him. Mark had said that he was more than likely, and also he said, if she was merciful, Gaia would kill him, and he would not have to suffer for what was going to happen next. But they didn't know what was going to happen, so they locked him in. They locked him in Vera's bedroom with Vera, as she went to sleep for the night. Oh, I'm sorry. I know Em said she's playing our incredible she, whose name is Lady Rosaline. Ivy is playing Vera Rota, who is a La Sombra vampire. Jess is playing Sunny Danam, who is a changeling, and she is a satyr. Jonathan is playing Mark, who is a were-lion. And Milagros is playing Pandora, who is a werewolf, and specifically a Black Furies tribe wolf. And then Sphinx is playing Mr. Grant, Mr. Malik Grant, and he's Emery's Malik Grant, and he is a wizard of the Hermetic Order. So we kind of got a little bit of everything thrown into this one, and it's gonna be spicy.
I've just decided that it's gonna be canon now that Emerson is gonna start calling Sunny D.
Sunny D.
Yes!
Please.
That is okay. I'm cool with that. I'm surprised it took this long.
But
I'm not sure why it took that long, but like for whatever reason, it just clicked in my head. It was like, oh my god,
it's weird. It's almost like we've been dealing with all these other situations, like weird,
like
Yeah,
chaos.
bizarre.
Because
It's almost like there was a dragon or something.
it's almost like this is a whole show named of nothing but chaos gremlins.
Okay.
Also,
I
yeah.
brought
goblins.
him a dragon. He got to relive a childhood fantasy on.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there's been 2 dragons actually. I forgot about that. Anyway,
I have a dragon. He's my bud. He makes for better bud. Just saying.
okay. So, but after he had died, and they locked him in Ivy's room. They went and did some research trying to find some information about him. Discovered that he was pretty much an orphan. He lived on his own. He was a college student, broke. I think he was working at... Where was he working? Oh, yeah, he was working at TCBY. And he was, eking out...
Which does still exist.
He was eking out a life, but they got as much background information as they could find about him. They came back and they were set up a magical force cage to put him in case he actually did make it through and survive and woke, which it turns out he actually did. They discovered that he is a creature called an abomination, which is something that should not exist, but apparently does. He has all powers of a vampire and powers of a werewolf, apparently. And during their attempts to keep him calm, sequester him, try and talk with him, and work him down from the initial hunger that I think Ivy said that he was going to be experiencing as he woke up from the embrace, he unfortunately got a direct look at Lady Rosaline right after he was coming out of what was pretty much a frenzy. And that made him very susceptible to suggestion. And Lady Rosaline has an literally magical appearance. Like, her appearance is beyond what a mortal could be. And he became absolutely obsessed with her. So...
Oh, I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous.
And so in order to try and just stop him, because he was actually starting to push against the force cage hard enough to weaken it. And while doing damage to himself and just ignoring it to get to Rosaline, Penny basically put him to sleep. Penny is Emery's assistant. They discussed what they were going to do next. They decided that they were going to try and remove memories from Eric's head. And Penny attempted to do that, but botched the role.
Yeah.
Trapping her mind and Eric's mind together. So Penny is currently kneeling over Eric with her hands on his forehead, locked in this rigid stance. Oh, and of course, before that happened, when Lady Rosaline was off handling her own stuff, she discovered that, the kingdom, the Fey Kingdom in the Fey King in San Francisco may have lost his mind.
Oh, yeah.
And he's summoning her back to court.
Because what's one more thing,
That's one more thing.
That's one more thing. Beer's just like, y'all enjoy the court. I'm going to just go to a coffee shop.
And then when Rosaline received the summons that she was being summoned back to court and that she may be having to go into an arranged marriage that she had literally bought her way out of with her title, she surrendered her noble title in order to not have to marry against her will. So she discovered that she might still have to do that, number one. Number two, discovered the King of the Fae is probably insane. And number three, was approached by a mysterious woman who her Fae companion, her little changeling pet, could not see or perceive.
Baby.
And she was approached by this woman who wanted Rosaline to do her a favor dealing with the Fae court. And so that was the extenuating circumstances that Rosaline was having to deal with. Hooray! So that's pretty much where we left off.
Is it Spider-Man meme time?
Is it Spider-Man meme time? The episode for this one, we had done a shopping montage because everyone was planning on attending the ball with Rosaline. So everyone did pick out outfits, and we have a big list of outfits. But what are you guys going to do at this point? I mean, everyone had kind of called in favors. Rosaline, you had called your fiance. He was coming in the next evening. Sphinx, you had called your mentor. She was coming in.
Actually, he was supposed to arrive within the hour.
Yeah,
within the hour. That's right.
They're both arriving now.
They're arriving at the same time.
That's right.
I think.
Yeah.
Did anyone else do anything else?
Like when you call all the pizza guys at the same time, and all delivery drivers just show up.
Yeah, I think Tati was called.
Your
guy
fiance
that was teaching Penny for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Vera was supposed
Finnegan.
to look and see if she had a contact, but she didn't call anybody.
I think it's Finian. Finn.
Finn? Is that his name?
That's his nickname, Finn.
Finn. All right. What's his last name?
I didn't do.
Fenderson. It's Finn Fenderson.
No.
Well, if his first name is Finian, it's something Irish.
Yeah.
O'Hare.
O'Hare? Finian O'Hare?
Cool.
All right.
Sorry.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
First thing that came to mind.
So, Vera, do you have, and you remember, we can make this up, do you have anyone in the vampire community that you would trust to even implicate that you had a secret that you wanted to keep hidden, that you needed to ask certain questions about?
No, I don't think she does.
No one trusts vampires.
I think. Well, that's why I was. I think I would have to think about the circumstances of which she is no longer really a part of that society, and so probably is going to see what everybody else can pull together, knowing that they all have their own people, and then if she decides that, oh, maybe I need to look at my own, then she would go to them.
Gotcha. So
right off the bat, she'd have to think about it.
So she's basically at the point where, it's not that bad yet. It's not that bad yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point she's at. But if I have to, I'll find someone. Like, I'll reach out. But at the moment, we'll wait.
Gotcha. Milagros, was Pandora going to reach out to anyone? I don't know if she... you also were a person who had severed a lot of your ties to the werewolf community. Because of some of the situations that are true in the Black Furies.
So she would also probably try to call on someone as a very last resort. Especially with this kind of situation where he's literally something that's not supposed to exist, and it's a shifter vampire hybrid specifically. She's no.
Pandora and Vera are just both standing next to each other, it's not that bad yet, right?
Yeah, it's not. We're not going there.
They just make eye contact and no, they're like, cool.
Because you don't speak. So.
Well, Pandora did speak to her for the first time.
We're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere.
8 episodes in.
They're baby stepping.
There was finally words spoken between Pandora and Vera. All right, and Mark, you were kind of being a large portion of the concepts that they were doing. They were following to kind of follow this and decide what they were going to do. What is your intention, knowing that this creature exists?
Well, if you remember, I actually used my gift to set it up so that Gaia would take the reins on whether it survived or not.
That's right.
I amplified luck exponentially to either make it more likely he would survive if he was supposed to, or make it much more likely he would die if he was supposed to be gone. So if a Gaian gift that was designed to amplify what was supposed to happen happened, he's meant to be here. I just don't know why.
Gotcha. So would you have anyone you would want to turn to for knowledge in this situation, or would you still just be willing to just watch and wait still?
Well, I was asking M all these not M. I was asking Vera all these questions that would help me get somewhere, and she was being super evasive. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go for a little walk down to a local bar to cool off, and maybe find myself a couple vampires who can answer some of these questions for me.
Oh, wow.
And if they don't
go
want
get
to
yourself
answer them,
another vampire. I see.
If they don't want to answer them, I don't have a problem roughing them up. I do have a problem roughing Vera up, but I don't have a problem roughing them up until they're willing to explain things.
I like how Vera's like, that's fine. Get yourself another vampire. Go for it.
She did tell me I could, so I'm tempted to just go down and I can make myself the prime target of a vampire wanting to eat, and then switch that script up on them completely to get what I want in the end.
This is going to go very well, I'm sure.
It's gonna be fine.
This is going to be fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. All right.
I would like to get it on camera.
No one ever gets that on camera because that's bad. All right, so what about the rest of you guys? Penny, of course, isn't going anywhere.
I can't go downstairs.
Yeah. Well, he's still unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Yeah,
No,
and I'm pinning him still.
She's not risking it until help arrives.
Yeah.
So what about the rest of you? What are you doing?
I'm still pinning him.
Oh yeah, I know. You were kind of straddling him, and she was sitting over by his head. You were both inside the force cage. Mm-hmm. The force cage has the force cage has diminished a little bit, both because he was battering on it, because remember it went down by 1 level when he rammed it, and because Penny was helping you maintain it. And when she lost consciousness, you lost that extra energy. So the force cage is not looking its best right now. And so what are you doing, Emery's?
I am I'm maintaining it as best as I can, while kind of like pacing around the force cage, kind of watching it, making sure that everything looks okay, making sure that Penny looks okay, and just like kind of just like nervously pacing until help arrives.
Yeah, you can tell that Penny is absolutely unnaturally still. I mean, I think I told you, like, there's no breathing.
Yeah, you said she was in some kind of magical stasis as a result of the spell.
Yeah, she wasn't breathing. Neither is he, but then again, he wasn't breathing in the first place.
He wasn't breathing at all, yeah.
So apparently whatever's happening to them is taking place within that little realm, mental realm, whatever, and they're locked in that.
Can I do a medicine check to check her pulse?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me intelligence plus, I guess it'd be
medicine.
Yeah, I was trying to say it'd be medicine or investigation, but it'd be medicine.
Well, medicine is higher for me.
Note to self: next time I get XP, take points in mind. Damn.
What was the target number?
Unless I give you, if I don't give you a target number, it's a 6.
Oh, well, in that case, I got a lot of successes, one of which exploded.
Okay. So as you are sitting there and you are checking Penny over, she is still warm to the touch.
Pulse?
You check for a pulse, and it is there, but it is like insanely slow.
That's what I thought.
A resting pulse is 60 beats per minute.
Yeah.
She is like 10.
His resting pulse will be a hell of a lot slower.
Oh, are you checking him?
No, like to check both of them, just saying, reptile pulse versus human pulse.
Oh, gotcha.
If they're linked up the way I think, I mean, that's not hooked up the way animals are, but you get the idea, okay?
Gotcha.
So I'm just
but yes,
thinking,
she is technically alive. It's just that she's slowed down.
It's like
your
stasis.
Hmm?
It's like stasis.
Yes.
Penny Daddy?
Nothing.
I'm talking to you, sir.
Oh, Penny Daddy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, not Baby Daddy.
Emery's.
That would be you.
Penny Daddy.
That would be me.
You are the father.
And I kind of look up. Yeah.
I think these two are hooked up in a, Vulcan kind of way, and she's got his heartbeat, and that's not good for her body. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Is there something I can do to help here?
I don't know. At this point, I think it will just be wise to make sure that they stay linked the way they are right now. Keep them safe, keep them covered until my mentor gets here.
Okay, so help is.
Yes, I called my former teacher, and she should be here within the hour.
Groovy. So. Okay. I'm not the flavor of magic hoodoo moo that you are, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help bump up your your dome of whateverness. The force cage. I don't know.
Would there be something that Sunny would be able to help me with, Ray? In that regard?
I can feed him glamour.
She could feed you glamour like as dross, and you could actually like spend it to bolster the force cage.
Yeah.
That would probably be helpful. Yeah. If Sonny's willing to do that, then.
But it's a 1-for-1. You give him 1 point of your glamour. He has to take it from you, and once you give it over to him, you lose a point of glamour.
That's okay.
Is that glamour that she'll never be able to get back?
No, it's temporary glamour.
Well,
but
I kind of have this nifty thing that I do when I get the glamour off my partners.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily.
It's not permanent. We're good.
Okay. Then yeah, I would gladly take your assistance in that.
How much? Yeah. I mean, don't want to.
Well, this is what we're going to have to do. Emery's is going to have to make an arete roll. His prime is going to be the main source of this arete roll because you're literally just pulling raw power. Okay. Prime and probably spirit because it's power coming from a living creature.
Okay.
If you don't have any spirit, don't worry about it. You can just do it with straight prime. And you basically have to make an arete roll. The difficulty for this is only a 5.
Okay. All right. Let's do the thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
The things I do for the coffee.
So, how much glamour are you willing to give?
I don't know how much he needs fresh out the gate. I can donate 3.
3? So you could have taken up to 4. You can still take 4. But she's basically indicating what level she's willing to give. You know you've made a strong connection to take more if you need it. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to take the 3.
Okay. So erase the temporary glamour, or mark through 3 temporary glamour, and Sphinx, you gain 3 points of dross, which can be spent just like quintessence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can, I think your wand holds dross, doesn't it?
It does.
So you can put the wand in the dross, or you can temporarily hold dross within yourself as well. Or you can put it into other items that you have on you, like pendants, necklaces, and stuff like that.
I do have that pendant that I could probably put the dross back into.
Gotcha.
So I'll do that.
All right. So now you have 3 points of dross. If you're going to reinforce an existing spell, because this was a combined spell, the normal difficulty for reinforcing a spell in existence within a circle is a difficulty of 5, because within a circle. But you are down 1 participant that actually was utilized to build the ritual circle and build the spell. So that's going to be a +1 in the difficulty. You're reinforcing an existing spell, which is going to be another +1. And so that is going to be for a total of 7.
Okay. And is that another arete roll?
Yes. And you can spend dross, willpower, whatever.
Okay.
Dross, quintessence, willpower.
I'm going to spend the 3 dross to assist me.
Okay. So that will lower it down to a 4.
Cool.
Nice.
I mean, I could have given more, but I kind of want to have some ability.
2, 3.
Just in case.
Yeah.
We just started playing, so like, you know.
Yeah.
I got 4 out of the I'm sorry, 5 out of the 6, and one of them exploded.
Excellent. So you bolster the shield and you actually reinforce it, building on the basic patterns you already had in place with Penny. You actually increase the strength and rigidity of the shield. I think we had it at a rating of 5. So now, and the max rating is 10. So now this thing is at a 10.
Nice.
So basically, this thing is. Those of you who can't even see the magical aura of it, briefly see it glow, and then it dissipates again.
Last
So
night was good.
So this is going to be a level 10 until you release it, or until the rote expires, which normally with mages, the rotes expire at dawn or when you go unconscious.
Fair.
So, what are you going to do? What are the rest of you doing right now? Mark, you said you're going to sneak out? Or are you just leaving?
No, I don't plan to just like sneak out. Like
Such a kitty.
I'm going to do this. Hey guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. But if things go really south, if they go there, my best advice is let Pandora grab him. They both go into the Umbra, and then Pandora can come back. He probably can't come back, and even if he could, he probably doesn't even know how to do it. So, like, he couldn't hurt you at least.
That's actually not a bad plan.
Yeah. So I'll be back in a few minutes, and hopefully we can resolve this.
Just out of curiosity, like, are you gonna be okay? Just, you're kind of like.
I'm just gonna go chat with some dark and problematic people, and try to get some resolution to this stuff.
Right. Like, I'm just saying, is that a wise thing to do?
Oh, I can handle myself.
I didn't say you couldn't. I was just asking. But
Consent is key.
Okay. Is it wise? I mean, maybe not like 100% wise, but like,
right.
Is it like 300% handleable by Mark? Absolutely.
Like, it's not the stupidest thing you could do. So, like,
I'm just concerned about the whole dark and problematic people part of that statement.
What do you mean? You deal with dark and problematic all.
Don't kink shame. That's all I'm saying.
What? Vera just looks off.
Thing,
Anyways,
I don't really go that far. Like, I should be able to take care of it well before that level. But I mean, you do what you got to do when you need to figure things out.
Like, we would be considered dark and problematic. So if Mark is going outside and looking for more dark and people that are more dark and problematic than we are, that's concerning.
Do you want me to bring back the people when I'm done with them?
What do you mean done with them?
Yes, I was getting to that. Thank you.
Vera's like, no, and you're like,
I love that I can't hear this conversation. I love that I can't hear this. It's fine.
Vera's like, no, and they're like, what do you mean done with them? Vera's like, nah.
Emrys will look at V and like, oh, no, don't bring them back.
No, don't bring them.
Okay. All right, no, I'll be back in a little bit. I don't know, maybe like
call, like, I don't know.
You want me to call you if what?
If something goes amiss and you need help, call Vera.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
Not a problem.
Remember, consent is key.
Also, yes.
And don't just assume. Don't leave it to the grave.
Do you consent to this beating?
That's what he's thinking.
Do you consent to this ass whooping? That's a no.
Anyways, have fun. Be safe.
Have fun. Be safe.
Be home by 9.
Be home by 9. All right, so Mark heads out. Rosaline, you're sitting upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting at the top of the steps in a chair, just kind of like pretty much curled up in a chair and like just glaring at this door.
Yeah.
And as you're sitting there, you hear steps coming up, and the door opens, and Mark comes out.
Oh.
You don't hear any screaming from downstairs, so that's a good sign. And Mark's not covered in blood.
Okay, so he's not dead.
Are you talking to Mark?
No. Why would he be dead?
I don't know. There's no screaming, there's no nothing. It's just quiet.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, I feel like Emrys should explain this one, because otherwise I'll be stuck up here for another half hour, and I really have things to do right now.
Yeah, go do your thing. Go.
And
go.
as the door's closing, be like, You might want to talk to him. It involves Penny, and I like leave.
I'm sorry, what?
Even better.
Well, if I said that
boy.
before I left, I would have not have left the room.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he literally says that as he's closing the door behind himself.
I was wondering why you went upstairs to leave.
Because you have to go upstairs to leave.
You
There's
have
no
to.
way out of the
Yeah,
basement.
dude, there's no
Yeah.
else. There's no other way out of the house.
No,
Oh, that's
Rosalie-
right. We're in a
Rosalie
basement.
just
Sorry.
Internally screaming at this point. Just
Yeah.
internally screaming.
Are
And
you
she'll just pull out her phone and text in the group chat, what the fuck happened to Penny?
just...
It's just WT. It's supposed to be an F, but it's somehow a J.
It's just like, Vulcan mind meld? Question mark.
What is a Vulcan?
What is a Vulcan?
You remember when we were watching that space show? Not the Star Wars one, the other one. Not Doctor Who, and not Stargate, but the other one.
You're not helping.
Not
at all.
Firefly.
Battlestar Galactica?
No. No. The
Sorry,
other
guys.
other one.
This is not getting
I
better.
only got to
The
one
with
mute.
the pointy ears.
The
How
one
much
with the pointy-
sci-fi are you watching with her?
A lot. And then I just did
Okay.
like a meme of like Tuvok.
Tuvok. Not Babylon 5.
Yeah, this guy.
Okay.
Okay, you know, like they're basically like mind links.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just silence on the text.
And that was it.
You just see like the texting and then the bubble pop up, they vanish. Then
The
the
bubble-
bubble pop up, they vanish.
Look at her. Oh, she's pissed.
Vera, tell her the thing that I just said to Penny Daddy.
Right.
Speaking of, you mind if I get some coffee, dude?
Yeah, no, go for it. There's stuff
I-
upstairs.
All
Do you
right.
have to let me out of your dome of weirdness?
Yes, he does. Yeah, we would have to let
Yeah.
you in too.
I created an opening and let her out.
Rock on.
And
Well, I'll
then
go.
I
So you
shut the
Angry
opening.
face
is
emoji. That's all
Pandora
she said.
staying on him?
Yeah.
Your knees are starting to hurt.
Yeah. It's the worst kind of awkward planking. Just terrible.
He is pretty much just laying there. He has
Yeah,
not
but
stirred. He has not moved.
Don't trust it.
Yeah, it's just the angry face emoji Rosaline
Oh
sends
my
after
God.
it.
Okay, I'm going upstairs. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
And we'll walk upstairs.
Okay, so Vera heads upstairs. While Vera's heading upstairs, Mark, I want an idea of what you're looking for in a bar.
Okay, so I do have 2 dots in City Secrets, so preferably one I know vampires hang out at.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll your 2 dots in City Secrets plus investigation plus your intelligence.
Please tell me
Alright.
you're going to a vampire biker bar. That's all I want right now.
That's where I'm gonna find them. I'm fine with it.
Like a dive bar.
Yeah.
Dive bar.
Yeah, with all the biker vampires.
And it's going to turn out to be the current version of Sturgis in this city for
Yes.
vampires.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is they're going pretty much, quote unquote, to a Bruja bar.
Oh,
Bruja
boy.
Gangrel Bar.
Or a gangrel. Yeah, oh god.
Yeah, we were saying
Oh,
please do not bring them
God.
back. Please.
2 successes?
Yeah.
I was basically I figured you would know one. I was kind of giving you a kind of an overall luck roll to see how close it could be. So the nearest one you know of where you can definitely find kindred is going to be probably about a half hour.
A half hour away.
Wait, how are you getting there?
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not gonna be able to leave the store yet since it's a half hour away. I'm gonna have to use the Wi-Fi real quick to download that Uber app,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna need to input in a credit card. Luckily, I have one.
Oh! So you'll be using Uber Black for the rest of the night.
So what kind of Uber can I get, and can I get it there faster using like advanced services?
Oh, you basically end up with a long black Cadillac what's a caddy SUV? Can't even remember the name of it now.
I know what you're talking about.
Escalade.
Is it the Escalade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big caddy Escalade.
Oh, Escalade.
Yeah, the 2021 Escalade that's driven up, and the guy's like,
Not that I've been eyeing.
comes to pick you up, and he's like, and he says, "All right, so we'll be at your destination in 30 minutes, sir."
Oh, thank you.
He's like, "You just sit back, enjoy the ride. There's bottles of water back there. There's gum." He's like, "There's some power bars if you need something to pick you up for the night." And he says, "Any particular music you want?"
You know what? I do have some music I would like to listen to. What do you have in your library that would be like the kind of stuff you listen to right before a football game? I want my blood pumping for this.
He's dance wise, sir, or something else?
Oh, I want to just I want to be ready to just explode when I get out of this vehicle.
All right. I'll
Beastie
take a
Boys?
shot at it. Don't stop me now. We have all kinds of suggestions going through in the game chat.
That's not bad. I like that.
So
Yeah, I have the tiger.
I have the tiger.
That is a hype song, though. Not gonna lie.
Ivy just wants the entire Fall Out Boy library to be playing.
If he plays Eye of the Tiger, I am going to let you know right now, I'm singing along, but I will be screaming the word lion over the word
God.
tiger.
Love it. Yes.
All right. Well, he puts on a very inspirational channel off of Spotify, and he starts heading out. So you got 30 minutes to get there. Ivy, you come upstairs just as there's a huge SUV leaving from out front
What?
with a stereo blaring "Eye of the Tiger."
Oh my god. Nope. I'm gonna go find Rosa.
She's sitting in a chair in front of the door.
She's
Yeah.
in a chair in
So
front
I'm
of
just
the
gonna
door.
walk over like, hi.
Hi.
So how you doing?
I
Nice.
thought I had this conversation with Penny of not endangering herself as often as she should.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's help on the way.
Yeah, there is help
Right.
on the way.
Wait, who did you call? Oh, that's right. You called the fiance. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it was in the group chat.
yeah,
Yep.
it was a good chat.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, hold up, wait.
Did I know that?
Yeah.
That's what I was like, hold up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. You actually think he's gonna be able to help? Like, in all honesty.
Maybe, I don't know, but the situation's a little more complicated now.
So, like, are you interested in the fiance now, or like not interested in the fiance?
I was talking about the Penny situation.
Right, but I was also talking about the fiance
I-
situation because he did go to
I
the
haven't
like.
seen him in person since I technically slighted his family, so
Right.
So,
I'm just
Rosalind, you
saying-
feel the familiar tug of when
Oh.
Brisket is climbing up your hair to get on your shoulder?
hello, Brisket.
I'm just saying the reason I ask because I can't see brisket. I'm just saying the
Yep.
reason I ask is
He-
because
He
that
holds
one
out his paws in
person-
front of you, Rosalind,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a huge silver cross on a long leather string that normally Vera wears around her neck.
She's not yet noticed. I'm saying it right now. She has not yet noticed. I'm just saying.
And he literally, drops it right in your lap.
I'm just saying, normally when you have a problem, the first person you call is normally the person you're closest to or you trust, and you went to the fiance. So I was just.
He's the only one in the courts I still actively talk to on occasion.
Okay. I just.
Besides Sunny. But Sunny's house and my house don't really see eye to eye at all.
I thought none of your house saw eye to eye, specifically you with them. Not with Sunny, but with the rest of them.
My house has a lot of problems.
Okay, great. Cool.
I'm not wrong, though.
No.
I'm not wrong.
No.
Yeah. Also, she'll pick up the cross out of her lap.
Oh, thanks. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
You
take
might.
it.
Yeah. Brisket has a habit of taking things if they're not really nailed down to the floor or something.
Oh yeah, let me just put a nail in the cross. I'm sure that's a good idea.
After Brisket drops that. My wife is dying. I'm so bad. So after
I'm sure
Brisket drops that in your lap,
Mm-hmm.
or after you give that back to her, I should say.
Yeah.
Brisket comes over. Actually, you feel 5 plops in your lap.
What is all in my lap?
5 giant 50 caliber bullets.
Where? Brisket, so help me God if you have a gun.
Those are mine, I think.
Can you check to see if you have your gun?
I mean, it should be put away downstairs, but I can go look.
Go check. Go check.
Oh.
Go check.
I'll walk downstairs to where we keep our weapons and make sure the gun is in the safe.
So you go walking downstairs. As you walk downstairs, there is a shimmer from the glass that's on the front door, and there is a bright yellow light that creases the door frame.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
this is you're going downstairs when this
Oh,
happens.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
great, cool.
And he steps out of the sunlight,
Oh.
and he's like, "Oh my God, I thought she'd never leave. Why exactly are you?"
So, okay.
I mean,
she lives here.
okay, but you understand that. Okay, I mean, you're a snack, and I mean that in all the pejorative ways, but you're also a snack
Yeah, speaking of that,
and addictive.
Yes, I know. I know. Hi, Finn. No, hi, Rosaline. It's just like, I can't believe she's gone.
So, I was engaged to this chick once, and I was perfectly happy. Beautiful woman. Incredible, powerful, amazing.
Are we doing the petty talk right now?
Why would we do petty talk? What good would
Okay.
that do?
Okay. Continue on with your little
She ended the engagement, but her choice. Absolutely. Respect. She gave up a lot in order to get what she wanted. Power play. Absolutely here for it. Come to find out, there's problems. The situation might not be as resolved as she thought. She calls me up. I figure we're just going to discuss old times and, maybe see how we can make the best of the situation. Turns out her life is turning an incredibly insane turn. And she's hanging out with all these other people who probably want to eat her or use her as a battery.
Yeah, the problem with what's going downstairs is, my power source is in trouble.
Okay, but we can get you another one. There's lots of them. They're everywhere. And when you look like us, it's really easy to inspire.
Hold me back.
I only have 2 arms.
Also, there's a bit of
Come
a
on, Penny
situation,
Daddy. Let's go.
downstairs. I don't know what's going on. There's a half shifter, half vampire thing going on
A what?
downstairs. Yeah, that's why
That's a
told
thing?
you. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Also, I did want to talk about how we would work the situation better, and this happened, and I kind of panicked because it's just going bad. It's just turning south real quick.
I understand. I'm here to help. I honestly am. this is the situation this is what I can help with directly.
Mm-hmm.
I have prepared a crash base for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a trod open. I have a crew that will escort us back. We can be out of here tonight. And you can have all that distance between you and this mess. You will be in San Francisco, where you have to go anyway because you have to deal with all this.
But here's the thing. Some of the people here are the retinue I'm bringing.
You're not.
Vera will not be attending because I don't want my head cut off.
Oh, don't even think that that's going to be an issue. He's fully gone unseelie.
Yeah.
I have seen some things walking around in his retinue. Let's just say that they may not be reeking of banality, but they're not anything that we've seen before. Not at court.
Fun. It's gonna be full on Slenderman at the court. Just watch. Full on Slenderman.
Yeah,
Oh my
like,
god. Yeah, that
Smile
would go
Dog's
real.
gonna be
And then you'll be
there.
like, oh, we should have brought Vera.
No, what I'm saying is he is pulling in resources from well outside the normal channels.
So are you suggesting I bring her?
I'm suggesting that you don't leave weapons at home when you're going to a gunfight.
All right. There's one other thing. I can't leave tonight. I have a meeting with someone that has an issue with somebody in the courts.
Okay, that could be like, I mean, I don't have time to have that
Bridget
list.
couldn't see her.
Okay, so she's just really good at chicanery?
Not Faye.
Okay, well, we piss off a lot of people.
I don't think they're living. Not, and they walked.
And he
in
points
the
at the
daylight.
stairs.
No, walked in the daylight.
Oh. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, the people that he is brokering with,
Mm-hmm.
similar abilities.
So she wouldn't give me much information, so I'm thinking now that you're here and I'm aware of the situation back in San Francisco, she's gonna have to talk.
Alright. When's your meeting?
I think it's tomorrow. Out of character, it's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow.
It is, alright. Since you're bringing your retinue, we'll leave at dusk tomorrow. He's like, I'm gonna go get the guys out of the trod, and we're gonna go stay. We'll just go stay at a B&B that I know. He says we will be nearby.
Yeah, I may have to have you on standby. I can't go downstairs. That thing saw me, and he just would not stop staring.
I'm really curious.
You want to go downstairs? I've been told he's unconscious right now.
I don't know. Is there any other way out of there?
Just the stairs.
And she'd be down there?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He's not that bad. If you just say you need to stay 6 feet away, she respects that.
I smell like cinnamon cookies, for God's sakes.
Oh my, you're not her type. You're not her type.
Can confirm he is not her type.
No! Just to eat.
Yeah. Vera wants a guy that'll like knock the shit out of people at a biker bar.
I think
What makes you think Vera wants a guy?
No.
Oh
She's
wait.
like, No. I think she's into like redheads and takeout delivery guys.
Oh my god! Get it, Vera?
Yes.
Don't come for me this way.
Sometimes you gotta get it how you live. That's how it is. Sometimes.
I got you a vegetarian, baby.
So
Oh,
he
joy.
says, all right. You're vouching for her, fine. I want to see what this thing is, and I want to get an idea of what you're dealing with here so we can see how quickly we can wrap this up.
Yeah. Should I warn you about what the other people are downstairs?
What are the other people downstairs?
We have a werewolf. We have a mage.
Oh, God.
Nah, he's cool. And then I don't know if you remember Sunny. If you know Sunny.
I don't think so. She local or?
She's local.
And she's one of us, I take it? Since
Not
you mentioned. I know, I meant.
Yes, she is. She's a satyr.
Oh, well, you know, they're reasonable. And I think I have some spare Coke.
Yeah, and then he left. We have I think a werelion. He left.
A what?
Werelion? Is he a lion?
That's
don't
a
know.
thing?
He's
Yeah.
alive.
Yep.
Okay. I mean,
He's been in San Francisco a couple times.
I thought that was like some kind of chimera. Dude, that thing had glamour.
Uh-huh.
It was like cocktail waiting. It was like 11 feet tall or something crazy like that.
All right,
Sounds
let's
about
just
right.
go downstairs. I will go first so nobody it doesn't freak out, I guess.
He kind of looks down at himself and he says, okay.
You look nice. He goes downstairs. She's like,
as you turn around to walk downstairs, you just hear under his breath, he's like, we both look amazing.
She comes downstairs. She's like, Emery's, my help has arrived.
Would this be the intended?
What?
Yes.
So,
So go ahead and give him the description of your
Who?
betrothed.
Her
Finn
fiance.
Finn is 6'4", kind of
Nope.
lanky, like lanky in the best of ways, not like too lanky.
Like
very-
athletic.
Thank you. Long golden hair, about mid back. Kind of has the she pointed ears, golden eyes, which is a bit very unnaturally unsettling. And he has a thing for golden face paint that is like painted in different types of runes on his face. And he's in kind of like a nice suit. You know, he got dressed classy.
Hang on a second. OBS is going nuts.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No.
It's broken.
I was trying to load up Finn's picture.
Oh, yeah. He is just as hot as Rosaline. Appearance of at least 6. I don't know if it's higher than that.
Ooh.
He's a problem.
He's a problem. What the heck, man? Calling him a problem. He's never been anything but nice to you.
He has. But the appearance is a problem.
Yeah, you can be hot, but you're still a problem. Like,
You know how, like,
True.
Rosaline stops traffic? He stops traffic, okay?
oh, all the traffic jams. Got it.
Yep.
Put the two of them together and it's pandemonium.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It was Pandelirium.
Yep.
I could have been killed, or even worse. Hang on a second. All right, so yeah, and he's like, it was like I was saying. You know, you've seen those ancient pictures where Lucifer is depicted as an angel, where he's that incredible beatific blonde hair flowing, robes billowing, delicate features uplifted in a rapturous gaze. Well, that's kind of what he looks like coming down the stairs.
Yeah, she's like, guys, this is Finn, that's Emery's, Pandora, points at Pandora in the Force Cage, you've already met Vera. And then there's Sunny.
I think at this point, Vera comes around the corner and it's like, oh.
God.
Being the exact opposite of her aesthetic. She's like, oh, Jesus.
Actually, to
They're
be
attractive.
completely honest,
They're
it is the
attractive,
same
but-
situation with Rosaline. This is hits you literally like a force, especially the first time you see it. So what I'm gonna need,
she's not singing shit right now.
what I'm gonna
She's not
need
looking.
is everyone who looks at him is gonna need to make a willpower check.
Nope, I'm not looking.
I'm not
Nope,
looking.
I'm not.
I made your focus on the unconscious body on the ground.
Exactly. No, I'm not. I'm not singing shit.
I'm looking at his crotch.
Oh
You
my
still
god.
have to make the roll.
Oh my god.
Remember David Bowie's pants in the labyrinth?
Yes.
Yep.
There you go. That's what you're looking
That's what
at.
I'm looking at.
Wait, who doesn't remember this? The actual question. All right.
I hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
Look at how many.
It awakened something in everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone who saw it.
whether it was good or bad. Like,
I don't
Oh, David
need
Bowie.
a straight awakening, thank you.
ooh, gross.
Gross.
No joke.
Ew, we don't do that.
That's
Yeah.
where kids come from. Ew.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
Damn.
ladies and gentlemen, we just went there.
Sure did.
And we apologize.
We sure did.
Do we?
I mean,
I regret
maybe
nothing.
I don't.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing either. I'm just saying, that's where kids come from.
We
Yeah,
know.
what were
So-
we rolling for?
A willpower roll. Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Yes.
Okay.
The number of dots you have left in willpower, your temporary
Yeah.
willpower. Because if you spent
4
willpower, you have
successes.
less. 4 successes. Nice.
I got
I
3
don't know.
successes.
I know what happens when
3?
you look at, you
Yeah.
know,
3 successes, but no failures.
Got it. Sonny,
freaking she. Looking at his crotch, I still have to roll.
you still have to roll.
You are looking at him technically.
You are looking at his crotch.
His crotch is just as beautiful as the rest of him.
Oh,
Oh no,
a
he's
weird
hot. Oh, no.
no, you're not. Like Pandora's not fucking looking. She's not doing it.
It's like there are beams of light emanating.
Well, we did say it was his
Oh.
god piece.
It's
Oh my
I've got another variant of the TikTok meme. Oh no, my horny, it's broken.
It's like, oh! Oh!
No botches and 3 pops.
Yay! All right, so everyone is able to not only maintain composure, but actually be able to not just blatantly stare. But he has that same quality that Rosaline does, especially because with Rosaline in the room, it's almost like dueling banjos. You know, she's on one side, he's the other, and you just like your head just unnaturally starts just ticking like a clock. And so, you know, every now and then you just have to stop yourself and it's like, okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna look at this tile on the floor for 5 minutes.
Emrys just leans over to Vera V. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be looking at.
I also don't, but neither of them is my type.
Sure,
They are
right.
they are pretty though. They're very
Right,
They're
right.
gonna have
It's
gorgeous.
confusing.
It's just I mean, well, that's called being bisexual, but like,
Mm-hmm.
hmm you know,
Yeah, no,
and
we've already established.
Finn
I mean,
looks
you're right,
up
they
and
are-
he says, "If you limit your sexuality in that way, I feel so for you." But that's
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, we don't. We're just
Oh,
trying to
oh,
decide which
no.
of you was no. Anyways,
We are equally
I'm very
gorgeous,
happy
and
with
we
my limits, thank
appreciate
you. I'm not-
all the
I'm-
wonderful thoughts.
yeah. you know, like,
Yeah, so back to the unconscious person in the force cage.
Oh, yeah.
Finn's like
Hi.
Finn kind of walks around the outside of the force cage, and he kind of looks over. He's like, "Are you the mage?"
Yeah, that's me. Hi, Emrys. You're Finn, clearly.
Yeah, and he shakes your hand. He says, "This is good work."
Thank you. I try, and I had some help. It was very, very, very nice of Sunny D to help me out with some solar energy here.
It's like, oh, well, at least okay, excellent. Well, I thank her for providing that service to you, Lady Danum. And he said he kind of looks around the force cage, and he looks inside the force cage, and he says, he kind of stops for a minute, and you see him like pull his hands together like this, and then kind of just like open his hands slowly like that. And you see him like looking like directly between his hands, and you feel a low hum. As he is looking through his hands, he says, under his breath, he says, by the power of 3, by the power of 3, let me see that which cannot be seen. And let me make a roll.
I don't know that spell. That's not a spell I know.
It's called a bunk.
That's how we do.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Fae thing.
I'm,
I mean-
All right.
I'm learned
The
Fae
power
magic.
of these nuts. Okay.
You can't throw a thumbs up.
No, that was never good.
But if
You know
it
what?
was-
Fuck it. She did mutter that under her breath.
It gives like a little thumbs up, like.
Power of these nuts. That was.
He kind of stops and he looks down at you, Milagros,
Pandora.
and he's Pandora, sorry, and then he kind of like looks.
to look at him.
He kind of just goes, "Ugh." And he's at his own head. You see between his hands, going along his thumb and between his hands, there is a magical field that appears there. And as you look at it, you can see through the coloration. It's like a yellowish golden glow. You can see through the coloration to Pandora as she sits straddled across his chest. And with Pandora, you see her going through different... It looks like she just changes into different things. 1 second, she's Pandora. The next second, she is a giant Krynos werewolf. The next second, she is a huge wolf that you've seen before, Emery's. The next second, she's just a regular size wolf. The next second, she is Pandora, but like bodybuilder contest Pandora. And but she keeps on doing that. You see that Penny is kneeling in front of him, and she has a glowing third eye on her forehead. And there is mystical symbols floating around her, in the air around her. And but when you look down at him, you see that he is the boy on the ground. He is... You see there's another section. He looks just like himself, but there's fangs extended. Then he is a alligator. He is a huge fucking alligator. He is a giant, like, alligator humanoid thing, huge size. You've seen that once before. It was crouched inside the dome. And he is a like super heavily muscled man with scales all over it. Super heavy muscled version of himself with scales all over it, pronounced claws, and a little tail sticking out the back. And in his Krynos form, he had a tail as well. And then, for just 1 second, the head of the dragon is inside the force cage. Like sticking up through the floor. But unlike all the others that were just laying there the way he was, the dragon's eyes are open. You see glowing red flame within the eyes themselves. And the eyes lock onto your eyes, Emery's. And you, in your head, you hear a voice, an ancient and powerful voice. This must end.
I will think back to the voice. How?
I am the Dragon Eternal, and I am bound to this dead husk.
You wish to be freed of it.
If I am to return and continue to nurture the dragon's eggs, which keep the ley lines powered and keep the world spinning, then yes, this must end.
How do we free you?
The husk must be destroyed.
I thought you might say that. How easily can the husk be destroyed?
The husk is one of the most powerful things on the planet.
So not easily then. Might you have any ideas? I want to help you, but I don't know how.
The only thing that can happen that can help is if you can find a way to convince him. The only thing strong enough to destroy it without fault is itself.
Okay. He didn't seem to want to be what he was in the first place. I don't know that that would be very difficult. But at the same time, there was also a lot of hunger controlling him. So that might not be as easy as that.
All I know is that I was summoned into this body. It was manifested by something else. And that once I am linked, then it is until the host is gone. Because when I am summoned, it is usually for something that is part of the end.
Clarification. By the end, you wouldn't happen to be talking about the end of the world, would you?
Sometimes it's been for the end of the world. Sometimes it's just been for the end of a story. Tale of immense power.
Either way, that does not bode well. I will do everything I can to help you.
The sorcerer cannot maintain me any longer. And just like that, he winks out.
Oh. Shit, I should have asked if he could release her. Fuck!
And he's standing there for a couple more seconds, and then that little glow disappears. And he kind of puts his hands up, and he says, "So, Rosaline, we should go."
Define we.
At least you and I.
Yeah. There's... I'm gonna turn to Finn. You didn't happen to hear any of that, did you?
Why would I do something that I could not control?
Okay. So... there's a dragon inside the boy. Or at least the spirit of a dragon inside the boy.
You
Which
know,
one?
like a dragon that we saw earlier when we found said boy. Like something like that.
Something like that.
Right.
Except he's an ancient ancient thing that apparently was taken away from its eggs and the powering of the ley lines against its will, which is not good. And
No.
he does not want to be here. And we need to help put him
No
back.
one can hear me,
However, the only way to do that is to destroy the vessel.
No, it's not.
Take him out in sunlight.
It sounds like in order to do this in a way that is binding and true, it has to be of the vessel's own will. The vessel must destroy itself.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds likely.
Because the vessel is immensely, or to quote the dragon spirit, the husk is the most powerful thing in the world at this moment.
That means a mortal's free will, and no, that's not the only way to free him from that. Did he give you his name? The dragon.
The dragon did not give me a name.
Yeah. He could have been lying to you. Don't trust him.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I can only see you.
No,
We can't see her.
I can't see her either.
same.
One sec. Oh wait, I can't end the call. I tell you what, it's almost time for break, so let's take a little break real quick.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us this evening. We are going to take a 10-minute break, both for technical issues and for everyone to get drinks, and so we can start this contest out. Now, we're going to be giving away a mini at the break. Boop. This is the mini. It is called Alka Myaston, and it is a lizard folk rogue, apparently, who is wielding that amazing dagger right there. This is by Loot Studios Miniatures. I'm going to 3D print this, and we're going to be sending this out to the winner as soon as they are selected. I'm going to start a giveaway in our contest here, and I think...
I love your chair dances, man.
Whose chair dances?
Mine. Sometimes you gotta dance, and when you're sitting in a chair, just because I'm sitting in a chair, that's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna stop
You
me.
just gotta dance.
So I think you gotta type in ! raffle, but I don't know if it's working properly. Someone give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I am not throwing away my shot.
Okay, it's working. Thank you very much. Oh, it's ! mini. Yeah, !mini. All right, so go ahead and type !mini into chat, and you guys will be entered into win. When we come back from break, we will draw the winner. We're going to take 10 minutes. It's a good thing we do, too, because my voice is starting to croak. So we'll take 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you at 9:20 Central Standard Time.
Thank you.
You guys are so cute. God.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
Richmond is
definitely
officially the
something
North.
he says hi.
Yeah, Richmond, VA. After that, it's like they drink unsweet tea. Once you get past down there, it's
Once
sweet
you get
tea.
there, you know. Once they can start drinking unsweet tea, you know it's not the South anymore.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Unsweetened tea? There's a place where unsweetened tea exists? Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's called the
Most of the
Northeast.
tea-
It's
Yeah,
a
no
Northern thing.
That's most of the tea here. I can never get sweet tea anywhere.
I was gonna say there's certain places where certain
Come
like,
south.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
if they're like, oh yeah, it's
Terrible, I'm
sweet
suffering.
tea. If
That's
you say,
a
oh yeah,
blood
it's sweet tea, they'll be like, oh, we have sweetener, and you're like,
Yes.
no.
It has to
Like,
go in when it's
Yeah,
hot.
in the Midwest, you have to go to a restaurant that's owned by a family that's from the South, or you're not getting real food.
I am scandalized.
Everyone, if you remember these rules, you will always get sweet tea. All right, and no sugar packets. Sugar packets do not count. All right. In the meantime, we are back, and that means it is time to draw a winner. So, if you have not, and you are in my audience, our audience, type in !mini. And if you do that, you'll be entered to win this lovely mini. Boop, 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 boop. It really is cool. I can't wait to see the print. And so I'll be printing that out and sending it out to the winner. We're going to close the entries in 3, 2, 1. Closed. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pick a winner. Boom.
Oh god damn it! That's like 3. That's 3 now. That's 3 that you have to send.
Yeah, I know. I've got all the other ones done now. I finally got the base to print out properly for your Drider. So
Nice.
you're gonna have a little army.
It's fine. It's fine. I've already started pricing paints.
The only thing I'm doing right now with this is I've got both my actual digital printers up, my resin printers, and I've been doing a lot of test prints because I've been for some reason a lot of my prints were failing, and it turned out
I get the knife.
What do you mean you get the knife?
Do I get the knife?
No.
Dang
No.
I want the knife.
I want the knife.
I want the knife.
So many rogues in this group. Oh my god.
So pretty. Anyway, is the handle on there? Nope, handle's not on there. Ah! Jeez, I stabbed my monitor. Anyway, all right. So,
Back to trauma TM.
back to trauma times.
Wow.
Trauma.
Trauma times with
Trauma
dragons.
time. All right, so Milagros is back on the call. Thank you very much, Milagros, for diligently calling
Welcome
back.
Thank you.
I don't know what that was. This has never happened on a call before.
Well, I was telling everybody else, and I think you might have missed this. Since we're having so many technical issues with the software we've been using, I'm thinking we're going to go, and we're going to have to set this up because it's going to have to happen before the call. But we're going to have to go. We're going to go set up Google for this, and then we're going to go ahead and build out Google, set up Google, and then we're going to go ahead and use Google from now on, and that way we can also add closed captioning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an extra bonus. So.
Yes, we did test that like a while ago.
The closed captioning works great. It's amazing. Captures every single word. It captured fragile. That word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That one. It captured
Even though
that
the
word.
sound of it is something quite atrocious.
It captures
Say
most
it
of the
loud
song.
enough, you always sound precocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Da, 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 da. All right.
This is why I love this group.
I apologize for coughing. So,
How dare you?
how
Try
dare
not to
I?
die, please.
I'm trying. I'm trying
Well,
not to
no.
die.
What can I say? Our kids in public school, so COVID.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're
that-
going to become
that
immune to
scares me on a daily
COVID.
basis.
Say what?
Yeah.
So that scares me on a daily basis because my kid's also in public school.
Do you get warnings whenever they're exposed to COVID?
Oh, yeah.
How many have you gotten this week?
Actually, I haven't gotten any this week yet. I mean, granted, it is only Tuesday.
What are we up to?
We're at 3.
Yeah.
2 yesterday alone.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We're at
Oh.
3 notifications that our son was exposed to COVID at school. Someone in his class tested positive.
Yeah, we have a lot of anti-vaxxers here, and also a lot of people who don't wear the mask because
There's no mandate in this state.
Oh,
is Greg Abbott's an idiot.
I'll tell you
Sorry.
guys like the drama that happened at my work with that. Before I went to Canada, because it was a time. But basically, one of the doctors I worked for and one of my coworkers tested positive. But because my boss doesn't like me, nobody in the office told me they had COVID. And so everyone else in the office knew but me, and nobody told me, not even the people that had it. And granted, the provider had left the office, like he didn't come back, but like the coworker who had it didn't tell me, even though they knew that I was traveling to Canada that week and had to get tested on Wednesday and flying out Friday. Nobody told me. They still haven't.
Shit.
They still don't know that I know that had happened. Nobody told me because my boss doesn't like me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
shit.
time.
That sucks.
Yep.
And Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, I think I asked before, where at in Canada?
Vancouver.
Vancouver? Oh my god, Vancouver's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You'll be just north of Sphinx.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's okay. It Sphinx. I might see you at the wedding I hear. So.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That is my plan.
You're
Back
gonna be
to
my
it,
favorite.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and I forgot. Wanted to mention this. We have not received official word yet, but Gen Con put out a not a press release, but a junket to everyone who's running events.
Mhm.
There is a high percentage they're shutting Gen Con down.
I had a feeling.
Because of Omicron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a
Actually,
feeling that might happen.
Indianapolis is pretty good about stuff like that, so
Yeah, that's true.
it doesn't surprise me.
So, and it's nothing official. They're basically just are letting all the vendors, people who are, because I checked out Reading a Table and everything like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so they're letting everyone know what the situation will be with deposits and everything like that if they do have to cancel. And so I think we're going to hear the end of next week is when they're going to make the decision.
Wow,
I
that's
think.
actually pretty early.
I
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think it's them making the decision. I think that's
Probably the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we shall see. I mean, it figures. First
Yeah.
year I plan on going to Gen Con and
It's fine, because I was already heading out towards that way anyways, during that week anyways, because my family lives out there. So go have a summer out in the country. Let's go.
let's go.
Well, with all the corn and soy.
The
I'm
acres and
allergic to
acres.
soy. That ought to be fun.
Yep. I might
Stop
Excuse me?
dying, baby.
I can't help it.
Stealing
Yep.
corn out the cornfield.
So, in the meantime, back to what we were doing. We left off with, who was the last person we were speaking to?
Finn was talking about to Emery's.
That's
Yes.
right.
And
We're
then,
talking about the dragon.
and
Yeah.
Mark is
The husk.
headed to a bar.
The bar.
Oh yeah, we're going to Mark next. Trust me.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
I'm
this
so
again.
excited for this interaction.
Oh, yeah,
Especially
and
because
about
I've already
me.
decided that it's a vampire leather bar. So
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Get it.
Oh my god.
Eat it, Mark.
Yeah, and then something about Rosalie needed to leave.
Ah,
yeah. Oh yeah, Mark said, Rosalind, we need to go.
Yeah, Finn did say that. Rosalie's like, okay, where are we going? Do we need to take other people with us? Is this like I
Oh, I'm sorry. Her Idaho Adventure, so they just started adding more concerts to her area, and Idaho is not okay. Yep, Idaho, Texas. We all share the same tin hat. All right, so, yeah. But, you know what? Just be safe yourself, Idaho, and yeah,
Please.
do what you can. I still wear a mask everywhere I go.
Same.
It just doesn't matter because, you know, I send my kid to the plague every day.
I'm sorry.
Shut up, Jonathan. I hate you.
Wow.
Maybe the song is I Hate
Oh
You,
my
Please Die.
god.
how you know it's family.
I know.
I
That's
just-
how you know
I-
Jonathan's
It's
family.
funny that that's the way he refers about a school. No.
Yeah, well, public school. What can you do?
Alright.
All right. So anyway, Finn looks at you and he says, "We can take whatever you want to take." He says, "But if what the dragon said is true, then whoever that is," and he points down at Eric, is for the most part a herald of the apocalypse.
Oh, great.
That's pretty much the way the dragon put it as well.
So what's gonna happen to Penny?
Oh, that's the girl?
Yes.
Yes.
That's his
Mhm.
daughter, sir.
Yeah, that's technically Emery's daughter.
Yes.
He's literally just sitting there staring at her. After a few
Yeah.
moments, he stops and he goes, "She can be recovered."
Mm-hmm.
Define recovered.
Clarification.
She can be,
Can you separate them
yes, mostly.
without injury to her?
I mean, there won't be any physical injury.
How severe?
There's going to be a link between them no matter what.
Got it.
What
Well-
happens when Eric dies?
Well, number one, he's dead.
Again.
When the host is
final death.
destroyed, it depends on what happens to what's left. And he kind of looks over at Vera. "I've never talked to one of you before. But from what I've heard, you're it. You're all you get.
Yeah.
When it ends, there's nothing."
I know.
If that's true, she would be linked to him.
Are you saying that he would take her with him?
He's not going anywhere. He's just going to cease.
He's just this.
Theoretically, we could keep him on life support and forever, and she'd be fine. We need to separate the two.
But if,
However, we don't know how much
he-
of her filtered into him,
but if
so
he is destroyed, then so is she?
that is a possibility.
I didn't say she was destroyed. I'm talking about the spark, the essence, the soul. Those things are linked.
Should we get a second opinion on this? Did y'all call anybody, or am I the only one that
Yeah,
called
Emery-
anybody?
My mentor's on her way.
Also, the guy that you called in a favor for.
I thought that was the mentor.
No, Penny's other teacher, the guy that you called in the middle of the goddamn
Oh,
night.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Penny's other mentor as well is on his way. He knows more about the mind magic than I do, and my mentor knows more about all magic than I do.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get here soon, because I am not leaving her until this is figured out.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Emery's.
I will turn to look at the hand.
Describe your mentor.
Yes!
Took long enough.
So, imagine Sandy Newton from Westworld. with braids up in kind of like a beehive situation with like hair with the rest of the braids kind of cascading down her back. Actually, no, just full on braids cascading down her back. No beehive, no nothing. She wears a lot of pantsuits, and probably right now she would be wearing something in like a deep, dark purple pantsuit, like full on like black shirt, purple tie, fucking cufflinks, like real nice heeled boots. Like she is money. She is old money, and she is dressed like old money. And she walks with a cane. She doesn't need the cane to walk. It is an accessory in the truest sense of the word. And it is a skull head cane with 2 emeralds, one in each eye.
That was literally the question I was about to ask, is what's on the head of the cane? And what's her name again?
Her name is Sybil Marie LaRue.
Did you call her Tati?
I call her Tati. Tati is the Haitian word for auntie.
Gotcha. And so you feel his hand come rest down on your shoulder. And I'm not going to attempt to do a Haitian accent because I have more respect for people than that, and I don't want to insult anyone. But she kind of... You hear her voice come over your shoulder. It's good. It's good that you understand that this is going to take much more than one person.
And like my eyes widen at the sound of her voice, and like Emerus doesn't care that everyone else is in the room. He's just gonna turn around and just like pull her into a hug. Thank you so much for coming, Tati.
Do you have the stream up?
To do. Me?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
I just put a picture of her with braids
for some reason.
Yes.
Who else is here?
Right now, just Tati and Finn.
Okay.
All right, and she says, she kind of comes around and she looks at everyone. And she kind of looks down at the setup in front of her. Mm-hmm. And she heaves a big sigh. She takes too many risks.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
She optioned for this one herself, and it was either that or risk it waking up again, and if it were to break through the force cage, who knows what havoc it could wreak.
She kind of looks over at Rosaline and Finn, and she says, "What is the nature of the magics you have access to?"
Nature-based and divination.
And he says, divination and authority. And illusion. And she says, and he says, and some trinkets.
Oh, do check to see if you have all of your items.
And he says, oh no, I warded against brisket long ago.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, you're talking to Tati?
Tati, yes.
And Tati's like, I really don't bring much.
Yes, but there is a familiar here, not mine, that has sticky fingers.
Oh. Well, I'll just call them back if they disappear. It's fine.
Huh.
All mine have spirits bound to them, so they all come at the call.
I've got to learn that one.
You've got to be willing to bind spirits.
Also true. Yeah.
So, divination is fine. Nature is wonderful. She kind of looks at you, at Sunny, and you.
Isn't it obvious?
If it were, she wouldn't ask.
That's a good point.
There is nothing obvious when it comes to your people.
That's not entirely. You're not wrong on that one. Well, let's see. There's a sex magic thing. That's that one. Naming.
Naming. How much power do you have in naming?
I just dabbled in it. Same with movement, the wave air thing. Much better at primal. Right.
So,
Nature.
yeah. All right. We can utilize some of that. And she kind of looks over at Pandora as she's kneeling. And what gifts do you possess?
I mean, I can
Fuck
kill
around and
stuff real
find
good. Don't know if that's gonna help.
Don't scoff. You can never discount what might be.
We love gay panic moments. Hold on.
Once again, but is she single though?
hey,
Like,
hey! You're
And
not
finally,
even
she
here,
turns.
okay? Like,
She turns to fully face Vera, and she literally looks Vera up and down, and she says, "How much blood do you have left in you?"
some. Fully knowing we gave the blood packets to this creature.
you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go get
I can't remember if we gave the rest of the blood packs to the creature or not, but
I think
we
you
did.
gave everything to the
We gave
creature,
We gave
And everything.
everything.
and
That
he
works, yeah.
took it all.
Yeah.
I think when we did the count, he had 16 blood points in him,
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
which is more than even Vera can hold.
Well, we are feeding a growing
He's a
boy.
growing boy. He's a growing boy.
He's a
I've
growing
currently
dragon boy.
I've
Yeah.
got 12 in my blood pool right now.
If you want me to really scare you guys, he was awake and conscious before he died the second time, and he
Right.
wasn't like ravenous or hungry then either.
Okay, hey, shush over there.
You're at the leather bar. You're not even here.
No, here's got 12
She's-
in her blood pool
You're
right
cruising. You're not even here for this right now.
So she looks at you all and she says, "We will need to prepare." What the sorcerer said was true. She is bound to that spirit.
The dragon
Hey, halfling wizard.
or the guy?
They are now both intrinsically linked until the mortal husk is destroyed. The dragon of the earth is bound to that form.
Well, we can reinforce the second layer of the cage.
That just contains him.
But yeah,
That
the cage
doesn't-
is The cage is reinforced as well as it can be.
We can put more cages around the first cage.
Layers.
We can contain it and everything, but that does not solve the problem of separating Penny from the boy. There is a way to separate Penny from the boy. It is not something I would ever recommend. It is crude. It is violent. And it will leave them both with trauma.
I mean, Penny's already had enough of that already.
Yeah, if we can minimize the amount of trauma to Penny, I would opt for minimizing.
Minimizing is to do nothing.
Fuck. Okay, then what do we do?
Just as we were going to do before, as the sorcerer suggested, we will separate them and divide them. While they're in the process of being divided, they will be connected via the ethereal realm by a single silver cord. It will be binding them both together and binding their spirits both to their mortal bodies. His cord is indestructible. Mainly because the only thing spiritual about him is the fact that he has representation in the ethereal plane. There is no actual soul left. But Penny still has hers. What we will have to do is sever her silver cord. I understand. Which means that someone will have to be in the ethereal plane with her in order to hold her in place long enough to reattach her silver cord. I've seen it done before. I know the principles of how to do it. But the biggest key to this is, if it is not done correctly, she will die. And even if it is done correctly, that trauma is still death. That will still be on her spirit.
God, it feels like that Greek tale with the cutting the cords of fate.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay. How do we get me into the ethereal plane?
She kind of chuckles. How did I know? We will make preparations. We will talk. There is much to discuss. It's time to break into your troves, my boy. We're going to need to do a lot of research. In the meantime.
Yes!
Mark. 1 second. I want to look at one thing real fast.
I'm gonna say you guys probably texted at least once, been like, "You alive?" Like,
No, literally, like
as a
You
direct
good?
text. So you good so far? Like,
you up?
I'm just responding with, yeah, this Uber driver's actually got a really good playlist.
oh, all right. Have fun? Question mark.
So you come up to a place that you know of before, and it is called El Lobo de Cuero.
All right, a little bit of an exotic name, but whatever.
It is a well-known hangout for people into certain alternative lifestyles, certain fetishes. The name actually means the leather wolf.
Oh, okay. So I could find some vampires and some werewolves here.
It's good have been me.
I hope this is awakening bringing me.
I have the battle jacket and everything.
I know this is like not what you're gonna do, but I just feel like this is gonna be one of those things where Esteban comes out and he's explaining like the New York nightclubs. It's got everything: elevators, midgets. Is that not what's about to happen?
I actually have no idea. I made this up as I was going along. So anyway, as you come up to the building, it's in kind of in the same area that M's gallery is in the art district. But it's in one of the older, more rundown buildings on the edge of the art district. And the club itself is actually in the basement of this 3-story tenant rise. So as you go down, number one, all up and down the street, there are motorcycles. All different types, but there are motorcycles all up and down the street. And there are people walking around. Everyone is clad in some form of leather. Black, red, pink, blue, neon green. Everyone is just in absolute leather garb and attire. Not all of it's skin tight. Some of it's just like leather jackets and other leather apparel like that. But it is all based around the leather fetish. There are people with gimp masks on walking around on the street and everything like that. And people are coming and going. And it seems to be there's just as much activity outside the club as there is probably inside the club, with people walking around, looking at each other's bikes, talking and having conversations. There's people openly carrying drinks, like glasses from the bar outside, which is normally highly frowned upon by the city. But there also doesn't seem to be any police officers anywhere around. And there is a bouncer at the steps going down. As you come walking up, what are you wearing?
I'm just wearing like normal clothes. So I probably got like blue jeans, like a nice fitting t-shirt.
As you come walking up, he kind of looks at you and he says, "Underdressed?" He is a tall, pale man, probably in his early 40s. He's got that physique that looks like it's just starting to go a little bit onto the fat side, but he obviously works out. He's wearing a leather vest. He's wearing blue jeans with leather chaps over top of them, and these leather boots that are actually platforms. And the heels on the leather boots are 2 long metal spikes that come down, and he actually has a habit of grinding the right heel against the ground to make a creaking noise. And he's got a clipboard in his hand, and he says, "You know the name of this place, right?"
Yeah, I can't say it, but I know it.
And you didn't wear any.
It was a spur of the moment decision, and I just figured I'd come here.
Against my better judgment, but you do look tasty, and I'm sure someone's looking for a snack.
Ooh.
And he kind of unhooks the rope and he says, "Enjoy yourself, morsel."
Thank you for saying I look tasty. I appreciate that. I'm gonna walk in with like a big smile. That guy thinks I look tasty. This is gonna be good.
And so as you turn around, you walk in. It's a heavy industrial sound. Music's playing over the thing. There's strobe lights going off inside. The dance floor is absolutely packed with people. It is pretty much a massive scene inside of here with, wall to wall, just people in the throes of losing themselves in sound and movement.
All right.
So
Ray?
Yeah.
I'm going to activate one of my gifts as I walk in the door.
Okay.
It's called Majesty.
And what does it do?
Well, it basically gets all eyes on me, and it makes everybody like impressed by me. So I'm gonna be the center of attention for a little bit. It also gives me reduced difficulty on social roles depending on how well I do.
Alrighty. So you're basically going to look at this, and you're going to, and how do you? Is this like this a spend gnosis to activate gift?
No, this is just a make a roll gift. It's amazing. I love the ones that don't cost gnosis.
Usually gifts like that cost gnosis too, so that's really cool. All right. So what's the difficulty on it?
Difficulty 7.
Yeah.
Four successes.
All right. All right. So, and what do you do to enact that gift?
I'm gonna walk in and swing my little bit of hair that I've got as I walk in, and then just kind of like walk down with ridiculous amounts of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just oozing confidence right now. I'm gonna find me that person I need to talk to, and they're gonna tell me what I need to know.
So you're walking down the steps, going into the bar. You're striding with confidence. People are standing in the stairwells, and all eyes are following you down the steps. There's people whispering as you go by. There's all kinds of people with, different, there's facial tattoos, there's piercings, there's all kinds of different fetish wear being represented here. And as you hit the bottom of the stairs, the first thing you notice is to your left is the bar. It's right beside the staircase. And you're thankful for that, because if you had to cross a room to get a bar, you probably would never make it there before the night was over. Because, like I said, the dance floor is absolutely packed. But there's the throng of people on the dance floor. To your right, there's like an open area. Well, it's not really open. There's tons of people in it. But there's an open area with 5 round tables that are in 5 horseshoe like bench sitting areas. And at the end of that, on the far end of that, there in the right-hand corner, back corner of the room, there are 2 doors for the restrooms at the back wall. And then on the back left-hand corner of the room, there is what looks to be a stage off the edge of the dance floor on that side. And there is a door behind the stage that, says, barely you can read it in the flashing letter, it says office on it. And so you're in there, you're headed in. There is the bar goes around this as you come into the room, you're walking towards the west for this building. Okay, so directly to your left, and that would be on the east wall of the building, is the bar going along that entire length of the room. You see across on the other side of the dance floor, on the other end of the bar, there's another setup with these circular tables in those horseshoe booths going on the other side, going towards the stage. Okay, same amount. And everything else is just dance floor. And on the stage by the office, there's a DJ station that's been set up on it right now. And there's a DJ who is basically the one who's controlling the music and everything like that. And every now and then, the lights are either automated or being controlled by someone. Every now and then there's jets of smoke is jetted out into the audience. The lights are pulsing in time with the music. There's all kinds of cacophony going on in here. What are you doing first off?
I am looking around because I am also kind of like carousing this bar, trying to figure out where the person I want to talk to is.
All right, so you come around and you're looking around the bar. Are you using are you heightening your senses or anything like that to try and detect someone, or are you just looking for someone being obvious?
My preferred way of identifying a vampire would actually be to use my awareness skill.
All right. And what's the mechanic for that?
It is a perception plus awareness roll. It allows you to notice basically things that are more supernatural. It's kind of like the supernatural version of perception versus regular perception.
Okay. So go right ahead.
So typically you notice like the lack of like blush in their skin or whatever it is that would be kind of like your
What's your
those
normal? So it doesn't set a TN though, right? It just gives you the
you
mechanic.
set the TN.
Yeah. So this is the problem though, with the lights and the strobing and everything like that. It's hard to hear heartbeats. It's hard to see facial, the actual true tone of skin. So you can use this, but the difficulty is going to be a 9.
So the only thing is, because it's one of those abilities you had to buy at full price, but it's so specialized, it has a normal -2 difficulty to it. So if you want to make it harder, you might want to crank it up to a 10.
Yeah, make it a 10. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Well, I just want to be fair, because that was going to drop it down to a 7, which would be pretty close to normal.
Yep.
Well, that is only 1 success.
All right. What that means is you basically spend a lot of time kind of just wandering around through the crowd. Do you dance?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not opposed to dancing, especially in this situation.
And I was basically looking at this as, are you going to be basically trying to blend in while you're searching?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to, I stick out because everybody's looking at me, but I don't want to stick out because I seem awkward.
Gotcha. So you're moving around the dance floor or like that. It's very hard to discern. Oh my god, no.
It was a delayed reaction.
Exactly.
Alright, so we're not playing that song ever.
Come on.
No, number 1, it's a copyright strike, and number 2, no. So anyway, as you begin walking through the room, like I said, the first thing you notice is it's incredibly hard to discern anything. But you finally come up, and actually, it's kind of odd. You're coming off the dance floor, and you're just kind of like making your way over, and you're passing one of the horseshoe tables. And as you're passing it, there's a woman sitting with her back to you at the horseshoe table as you're walking past it. And just as you're walking past it, there's just a secondary lull in the music, and you hear that there is, at this table, there is 4 people sitting here, but there's only 2 heartbeats.
I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna turn just to casually look and see who's at the table.
So there's a young woman sitting at the table. She has her hair in a braid that's super tight that goes up and builds up to a crown point on the back of her head and then cascades down. Her hair is straight and black. She has a septum piercing that comes down and hangs down with 2 points that literally come over her top lip. She has her bottom lip pierced through here, and it comes out to a very long spike. When you stop, she looks up at you and she kind of grins. And when she grins, she has 2 metal fangs that are embedded in her gums. And when she looks up at you, you also know that she has contacts in that are iridescent, and they are snake pupils, and that when they're hit with, because there's a black lights going in this room too, when they hit black lights, they glow. And she's looking up at you. Beside her, there is a young man. He's wearing no shirt. He's got leather pants on. He's got a leather biker's cap on. He's kind of like leaning back on the bend of the horseshoe, and he kind of like he's watching her, not you. He has a heartbeat. Directly across on the other side of the horseshoe from him, there is another young woman. She is short, tiny. She has blonde hair. She's wearing a white, like, button front shirt She's got on a pair of that's draped over a pair of black leather pants that are absolutely skin tight. She has like white blue eyes, and she is very, very, very pale. She has insanely long fingernails that end in absolute straight points. They are just like her lips. They are insanely bright red. Sitting beside her, there is a
fingernails end in bright and sharp points, or her fingers themselves.
Her fingernails.
Okay.
Sitting beside her, there is a fourth person. Wide shoulders, heavy, curly dark hair that hangs loosely around their shoulders. Wearing a simple wife beater underneath, with a leather vest on over the white beater. No, sorry, a leather jacket on over the wife beater. That is kind of like one arm's in the sleeve of the jacket, the other arm's out, and the jacket's kind of just hanging off the back. Wearing blue jeans, black engineer's boots, and with a cigar firmly wedged in the corner of their mouth. That person doesn't have a heartbeat either. And so, as you stop and turn, the young woman with the vampire sitting that you were walking by looks up, and she says, "Can we help you?"
I think we could have a great conversation.
She kind of looks over at the guy beside her, and she says, "Conversation.
You guys don't talk?"
And she kind of looks around the table and she says, "Of course we talk. But what would we have to talk to you about?"
I just thought we could have a fun little casual conversation about, anything you want to talk about. Maybe discuss, like differences in people that, classify them into different categories. Like you got cats and dogs and things like that. Like, everything's got categories, right?
The boring stuff does.
I don't think you're boring, and I'm pretty sure y'all are grouped into categories too.
So, you want to talk about categories? Fine. What category are they in? He points across to the person with the large, heavy-set person with the curly hair.
At the table?
Yeah, with a cigar in the corner of the mouth.
I have no idea. That's what I'm here to find out.
You're here to find out what category everyone's in. That's ambitious.
Oh, no. There's only two people at the table that actually would fall into, like, the line of conversation we're trying to have.
The other vampire at the table holds out a finger, goes like this, and goes, and there's flame coming off the end of his fingertip, and they begin lighting the cigar.
See, that's cool. Who can do that?
And in a very sultry voice, they say, "Lots of people can do that. You just don't know any."
Oh, no, I know people who can do that. They just aren't, like, heartbeat deficient.
We're heartbeat enlightened. We've had that condition alleviated.
Okay, so who has heartbeat alleviated that can do that? Like, is that like anybody can do that, or is that like special?
What do you think?
I mean, y'all made it sound like it's not that special, but I would hope that it would be something that would actually make you special.
You're funny. I'm in the mood for funny tonight. Let him in. The female vampire and the young man on that side stand up and they slide around the horseshoe. And they both stand up and the young gentleman like gestures for you to sit down.
I'm gonna take a seat at the table.
You slide all around?
Yeah.
You slide around, you're kind of at the head of the horseshoe now. The young blonde woman kind of slides around to you, towards you. She kind of leans on your shoulder a little bit. She begins running her spike nails down your bicep. And she says, "So, what category am I in then?"
I mean, I really don't know anything, right, Ray? Like, Ray?
What do you mean by you don't know anything?
I mean, like, I don't really, I have no knowledge to draw from here, right? Like, my character has no clue how to even, like, define these categories other than they exist, correct?
He knows that there's clans of vampires.
Okay,
And he's
so
probably
another
heard of a
category's
couple
called
of different. He's probably heard of a couple of different clans that are more. They have more contact with with the life you lead, which would be basically Bruja, Gangrel, maybe Nosferatu. You already referred to the ugly ones once.
Huh.
By the way, Ivy, did you know what that's what he was talking about when he said it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I meant to tell you that because I didn't remember if you knew. I didn't.
Yeah.
I know you haven't played a lot of vampires, so I didn't know if you
I
knew
knew
about the
that's what we were
Nosferatu.
talking about, so that part I picked up on.
Gotcha. All right. So you probably know those three at least, but you know that there's more. Oh, and I think, did you ever tell Mark what clan you were from?
I don't know. I don't know if they would have had that conversation.
Okay. So the young woman is leaning up against you. She has, like, her hair is held up with a leather thong, and it is like almost like a beehive high on the back, and it just goes down in wavy curls down her back. And she kind of is leaning on you, and she kind of looks at you, and she says, "If we're all going to get categorized, we're all going to get labeled. What labels should we give you then?" And she kind of puts her hand on your chest. "It's beating."
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with the fairy label.
And everyone at the table stops what they're doing and looks at you. The woman that was sitting, that first addressed you, kind of looks over at the other person at the table, and she goes, "Did they just say?" And the other person's in that same deep, sultry voice, "They just said dessert."
Oh, that's not a good idea at all.
And she kind of, the young woman, the brunette woman looks over at you, and she says, "You know what the neatest thing about being one of us is?"
You know, I really wanted to have a nice, polite conversation. Please don't play into the stereotype, because the one other vampire I knew made it seem like this is the way the conversation was going to go. And I really thought people at this bar were going to be more elevated than that. Like, we don't have to take it there.
The best thing about being one of us is the knowledge that I can thoroughly enjoy my food in so many ways.
Oh boy.
I'm going to look at the two that aren't vampires. Do you guys know about vampires too, or is it just those two?
And the guy kind of looks at you and he says, are you new to all this? I mean, you're not long for all this, but are you new to all this?
I'm a little new to this specific part that I'm asking questions about, but
Young-
I'm not new to the game in general.
The young lady leaning on your arm, she says, you should know by now, then, that there's way more than just vampires out there. And you feel her hand on your thigh, and her hand slides up your thigh. When it gets to mid-thigh, it stops. And then pressure begins. And very quickly, the pressure becomes way more than a woman this size should be able to exert.
I'm gonna push her hand off of me.
She lets you. And she says, never travel alone.
So, what's your clan? You never said that part.
Who are you talking to?
The woman that put her hand on my thigh.
Maybe someday.
I don't have time
If
for
I'm a
someday. This is
very,
really...
very good girl.
I'm gonna get up and leave, right? Because I'm pretty sure at least one of them's gonna follow me, and when I get them away from here, I can deal with them a lot easier than having a brawl in the middle of this bar.
So, how are you going to get up?
You know what? I am gonna end up making a manipulation roll. I'm going to pretend like I know that I am prey, and I'm going to run off like a prey animal would. Like I'm scared and intimidated by these creatures that don't scare me or intimidate me that much at all, but I want them to think I am as I'm leaving.
Here's the issue with that. That's basically some kind of performance. Let me find you.
I'm sure it's linked to the manipulation as an attribute, though, right?
Yeah, no, it could be definitely manipulation as an attribute.
I have subterfuge. I am deceiving them.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Roll that.
What do you want the difficulty to be?
An 8.
An 8. All right. Does this count as being subtle?
Subtle? No, you're being kind of grotesque with this. Not grotesque as in horrible, but grotesque as in, overt.
That's all right. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is 3.
Okay. So what do you say as you try and get up?
Eek.
Eek. So the rest of the table has lost it. So you go to stand up. As you push yourself up, and you're basically kind of trying to stand up in the horseshoe. You know what I mean? On the seat itself. So as you go to push yourself to stand up, the young woman to your left and the young man to your right both just slide in beside you, each putting a hand on your thighs. And they stop you from being able to get up unless you make a concentrated effort, and they are obviously supernaturally strong.
Okay. They put their hands on my thighs, is what you said, right?
Yeah, because you're pushing up, like standing up like that. So they're putting, and literally, it's actually almost on your waist and your hips. Like their fingertips are going into your crotch, sir.
Okay. not the way I wanted this to go at all.
And they kind of, the young lady is pressing on your thigh. She says, they're not going to make a scene. And I guarantee you, no one wants to see you permanently damaged.
You're probably right about some of that. And then I'm just gonna like push their hands off for a second and backflip over the table and then start running.
Okay. First off, we're going to need to do contested strength versus contested strength. Okay, so you're going to take the number of dots you have in strength, and you're going to roll that against the number of dots they each have in strength.
Difficulty 6.
6.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Oh, that is good. Okay, I get 5 because I spent a willpower. Oh, I'm sorry, 4. It counted the 10 twice. It shouldn't count twice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you go to force your hands off of you. This time it's like trying to move stone. And they don't even increase the pressure. Their hands just don't fucking move.
Okay.
It's like being manacled down. And when you do that, she leans forward and she gently takes your earlobe between her lips and she begins to suck on it and then begins to chew on it. Gently.
Ray, I'm going to discreetly use a gift again.
Okay.
This time, though, I am going to use Cat's Claws.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a partial transformation, which will allow me to just get my claws out.
Mm-hmm.
It should be ridiculously easy to do. And I'm going to say, I'm asking nicely one last time.
All right. And as you say that, the other two, the vampires have not moved. They're both watching.
Oh, this is the non-vampires?
Yes, these are the ghouls.
Ooh,
Yes,
okay.
I was right.
I like the idea that Vera had last text you. Have fun? Question. Literally.
All right. I have 4 successes on the Primal Urge roll to get my claws out in this form.
It's not even noticeable unless you want it to be.
No, not yet.
Got it.
So, is that a yes or a no? You're going to be polite and let me leave.
And the woman with the dark hair, she finally moves. And she kind of just leans forward on the table. And she says, I thought you wanted to ask questions.
I do, however, you keep calling me dessert and implying that you're not going to answer any of the questions that I have.
I never implied that. I said you're dessert. All things have payment.
Sorry.
You seem to be a bit of a delicate flower, though. Maybe this is too public for you? Wait. Are we taking your V card? Have you ever been a snack?
Oh, the VT card. Okay. Okay.
I guarantee you, It's not something you'll forget. Unless you don't want to remember.
I think I'm just going to go have this conversation with somebody else. But, you know, thanks for the offer, I guess, or whatever. I'm going to get up and leave.
And as you go to get up, she says, no. He says he doesn't want to play with us anymore. Both the ghouls move their hands off of your leg. The young blonde ghoul, as you're standing up on the seat and climbing over, she kneels up on the seat beside you, and as you kind of like are going over the back of the seat, she kind of reaches out her hand and grabs your arm, and then she takes her fingers and she slips them into the folds of her shirt, and she goes into underneath her brassiere she's wearing underneath the shirt, and she pulls out a business card. And she says, if you ever change your mind.
I'll take the card, but not because I actually want to change my mind. It's more like maybe it'll be useful for a different purpose later.
And she says, and the young lady looks at you kind of curiously, and she's like, she looks over her shoulder. Just because I'm really dying of curiosity now. What type of questions did you want to ask and expect to get for free?
Oh, I didn't necessarily expect them for free, but I just think that your expectation of what payment you're getting is presumptuous.
Oh, you thought that was... No. The payment for the questions is not just that. And you're not just getting the questions. The payment is for the experience. The memories. And the scars.
No worries. I can get my questions answered somewhere else.
You might. But you'll never get the answer to your satisfaction.
I'm just gonna walk away, Ray.
All right.
I am going to go outside where it's less crazy and try to find myself a vampire on the street.
Finds a vampire on the street. It's not much less crazy outside.
Boring.
Excuse me, ma'am. I can hear you from under your desk.
Hey, this is an adult show.
That's true.
I cannot hear you over the sound of us dying. Time has passed since Mark's been gone. How long has this reaction gone on?
That conversation took as long as that just took us to do, and Mark literally pulled up 30 minutes, walked in, and went almost... You know, he spent a good 10 minutes looking for someone because of the sound and the lights and everything like that. So he's not even been gone an hour.
Okay, all right. So
you go outside, and it's much easier to discern people out here. There's still noise. There's motorcycles driving up and down the street, racing. There's people talking and everything like that. But it's an open area on a street, so it's easier to find people. You quickly find a young gentleman. He is
Boring.
He is wearing a leather street racer's gear set, which has a team logo on the back. He's got this super thick riding jacket on, the super thick riding pants on. He's wearing... obviously steel-toed boots. In fact, they're so scuffed on one of the toes you can see the metal through them. He's got a helmet. He's kind of sitting across, straddling a bike. He's got a helmet tucked under his arm. It's a street racer bike, and he's kind of like sitting there, and his skin is very pale, which is one of the dead giveaways. You notice easily, because his jacket is open and his collar's undone, that he has no pulse beat in his neck. And if that weren't enough, as you're walking towards him and he turns to face you, he has visible fangs out.
No.
And are you walking up to him, or?
Yeah, I'll walk over.
And he watches you walk over. And he watches you come over, and he says, "Can I help you?"
I think so. Is there anybody else around, or is it just the two of us?
There's people around, but there's no one nearby.
All right. Well, no, not super loud voice, so it's not something that's broadcast. Notice the fangs. Wanted to have a small conversation.
You can pick them up anywhere. I understand you can order them off of Amazon.
Not ones that retract like into your jaw.
I don't know. There's all kinds of new inventions these days. 10 years ago, I wouldn't imagine that I'd be watching videos all night on my phone.
I mean, that's true. I wouldn't have imagined that either.
And he looks at you and goes, interesting.
Yeah, we can talk about what's interesting that you're smelling if you talk about things that I'm interested in.
And he says, he kind of takes his helmet and he hangs it on the handlebar. He swings his leg over the bike to where he's kind of sitting half kilter on a bike with his knee up. And he says, "You want information?"
I'd kind of like to understand how you know what clan somebody's in.
You ask, and you be incredibly rude about it.
Well, imagine there's a vampire that doesn't know what clan they're in. How do you figure that out?
That's a catus. Sorry.
Depends. If they have a clan, usually the clan will find them. Most people know who is who and who's made who. But if you have no idea, then there's a number of different ways. Almost all of them involve the Tremere, and he spits.
I haven't heard that word. In my mind, I'm thinking I haven't heard that word before. So I'm like, okay, Tremere, that's a new one. So, Tremere, you don't like him, do you?
He's like, no. He says, but why would one of you want to know more about us? I have no
Wizard
problem.
of Minds?
I have no problem throwing the Tremere under the bus.
Well, just trying to understand the situation better so that I can coexist in this amazing, marvelous city without ruffling too many feathers. But it's become a point of contention not understanding vampire society.
The only thing a breather needs to understand about vampiric society is whether you want to be food or fuel. Food is obvious. And fuel for all the infighting that's always happening. I mean, and he kind of looks down at your hands. He says, I can see that you probably have already had at least one encounter. Those aren't regular claws. What are you?
I'm a were-critter.
I know that. But you're not a werewolf.
No, I'm a were-cat.
Oh. I haven't seen one of those in a bygone age.
I told you what I am. It'd be polite if you told me what you are.
I love this little boy equivalent of you. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. I'm going back to like.
He kind of holds out his hand. Jason Tills.
Jason Tills of Clan as I try to shake his hand.
Primogen of the Gangrel.
What's a primogen?
An elder.
What's an elder?
Do you need a dictionary, my man?
No, but like he says it like it's a title. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
aren't y'all all old?
This is... An elder just means someone who is very wise and has had time to become that way.
Okay. You're a lot nicer than the ones that were in there. They were, well, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but not exactly as nice as you're being.
Oh. Well, there's a reason for that.
Am I supposed to ask you why, or were you just going to tell me, or is this a topic that we drop?
Oh. You can know, I guess. You see, this is another lesson for you. Not only are there different clans, as you already knew, but there are different factions. There's 3. 2 of those factions are actively at war. The 3rd faction is worthless and all but destroyed. It says, and you just happened to come here on a night when one faction is striking a very solid blow against another by burning down one of the primary locations where so many of their young come to hunt, trapping most of them inside and leaving a shifter's corpse to take the blame.
Are you a
And with that, he pops, his fangs come out, claws extend from his hands, and his skin takes an odd appearance. It loses that flexible nature, and it seems to become hard.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to wrap up for the night.
Yo!
Cool. That's fine. It's fine. It's
dear
fine.
God.
It's fine.
I'm just sitting here like, you are a traitor to your clan. How dare you, motherfucker?
Remember, some of the elder gangrel stayed with the cam.
I
Yep.
know. They didn't go with Xavier. I
Nope.
know.
No.
Mainly because they were political rivals of Xavier's, and they
Yeah.
knew they
Yeah.
wouldn't survive in the Anarch
Yeah,
states.
but most
Most of them
the
went. Most of them
gangrel are
went.
anarchs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, most, but not all.
No, but it's determined, like, those who stay in the cam are traitor to their clans.
So Gangrel, sorry, Gangrel. So Jonathan, how do you think you're going to fare up against an elder Gangrel?
Not entirely sure.
The answer is you quickly text Vera and Pandora.
Quickly text Vera.
That way,
Literally.
Pandora
I
can
could full wolf horse
Um,
mode, just start sprinting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be very honest. I have a calculated approach for how I might be able to survive without faring too badly, but there's no guarantee it could go that way.
I'm just saying.
You
this
already
is
died
being
once
weird.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
my
Like,
911 and ping your location.
Yeah.
drop
You,
your
what you want me to do?
location
Be
in
like,
the chat
please don't lunge at me
immediately.
right now. I need to send a text real quick.
Before you
All
kill
you
me,
have to do
before
is
you
send
kill me,
an
my friends are
SOS.
gonna beat your ass.
Wait.
Hold on.
I know what Pandora wants me to do. Pandora wants me to like time out. Pull out
Yeah.
my phone.
Literally,
Set up,
like,
No,
set up,
I-
find my
you should have done
phone.
that in the bar, my dude. Like,
Yes,
oh,
you
they're
know
hungry.
what?
Shit.
You text
know what,
Vera
though?
and
Go.
SOS. And I bring Pandora. That way, Pandora can meet their future spouse. And
Exactly. Everybody wins.
Here's the
Everybody
thing.
wins.
Mark went to an Anarch bar, and then a Camboria motherfucker just shows up. That's
Yeah.
That is a normal occurrence. And then blame it on a shifter or a lupine. That's usually what happens.
I'm just saying.
That is a pretty
I want
normal
Mark to
occurrence.
be like,
I agree.
I want Mark to be like, hold up, send like a singular SOS. You're gonna be like, the shit. What the fuck? It's like, what is that? It's like,
Or
Pandora,
even
I know you
better.
don't like me, but like, we gotta
Just
go.
hit dial.
Or,
Is it dial?
Just
or
call me.
Mark just screams, "Hey, there's a motherfucker wanting to burn the bar." That's how you get the whole Anarch
No,
shit
that's
outside.
not even. All he
Em,
has to do is send a voice
Yeah.
note that's just like, "Hey, I'm
forgot
somewhere where there's
one
big
protein
goth
gift.
bitches," and Pandora will teleport.
You forgot one powerful protein gift.
Yeah.
Stone
yeah,
skin.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking, okay, there's
Yeah.
fortitude.
Oh, he's got shit tons of fortitude too.
Yeah. I'm just ready to see feral weapons. Just yeet.
Yeah, oh, they're out
Mirror
already.
You can like fucking bamf through and into into one of the whatever plane that is that you get to go to.
I love it because the moment he takes his first swing at Mark, the bar's exploding.
But the big titty goth bitches.
Moment of silence for the big city goth bitches.
So,
Moment of silence.
let me just put this out there as a point of fact that I have no problems flirting with anyone.
That was very
That was
good.
No,
That
clearly,
that was
very
so
good.
good. That was
So
so
funny.
good.
A
Holy
plus,
shit.
A plus.
So
Like I said, we had a 7-year campaign, and I was married to one of my best friends for that 7-year campaign.
Love
I
that.
love
I
it.
love that.
That's so sweet.
I was his wife.
Nah. Meanwhile,
shit.
back at the couch and quill, it's somewhat wholesome study Eye of the Tiger prep.
Study montage.
Fucking preparation montage.
yeah, we're like doing
Dun,
a study montage.
Dun
It's all
dun
just like-
dun.
Rosaline and Finn are not helping whatsoever.
me.
They're just sitting there drinking tea like, "You're doing great, sweetie!"
There's like the occasional, like, you know, that little blip in animes where it's like the occasional glance at the phone to see if there's a text and there's not, so they just keep going. That's what's happening right now.
Be sitting there going, I feel like we could be having a really good time right now.
Yeah, at one point, Vera looks over to Pandora. It's like, you have a weird feeling too, right?
You have a weird feeling too, right?
Yes, I sense the big titty goth woman.
Literally,
That's
she's
exactly what
missing
it
her
is.
chance to break all of the gothic tropes at Date a Vampire.
Let's go.
Actually, no.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Shh, 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 shh.
It'll be fine. It'll be
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
What?
Let the forbidden love happen. Shush.
Yeah.
The only clan that I know that would technically get along with lupines or gangrel.
Yep.
That's it.
We'll figure it out.
Otherwise,
Can
it's fight
Gangrel be
on fight.
hot?
Yes,
Of course.
it's
Then I don't
hot.
see a
I
problem.
play a gangrel. I play a
Then I don't see a problem.
Then it's fine.
Then I don't
Big
see a
titty goth
problem.
vampire. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Big titty goth
the
vampires.
Gene Gangrel stands for Goth GF.
You
See, I play a big titty hippie gangrel lady that was trained in Norway.
Period.
So you know.
With anger issues.
Okay, all right, and she's married to a Setite, so that's a problem.
That's a huge problem from the clan standpoint. Gangrels don't exactly like followers of Set.
Actually, it's a little different in V5 now.
Why is that?
Setites are now technically Ministry, and Ministry are part of the Anarch movement.
They're part of the Anarch movement, but they still have the history of the Ministry, the history of the Setites.
But
Which-
Pearl doesn't know all of that. She don't
No
know.
one trusts the Setite.
No, they're married for tax benefits. Tax benefits.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my favorite clan. That still makes the most sense out of all these bitches up in here. Just
What,
like,
Malkav?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, the Malkavians.
Yep.
Yes.
What's your
Sense.
favorite clan, Sphinx?
Actually.
Oh man, it's probably the Tremere actually. If I'm
Fuck the Tremere. Fuck the Tremere. But it's great in V5. They can't ghoul anybody. They can't bond to anybody. It's nice.
Yeah, they nerfed the shit out of Tremere in V5.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
well, it makes sense with the timeline and everything, with the pyramid falling. It logically makes
Yeah.
sense.
Salat finally came back and 8 Tremere
Oh damn.
from the inside.
Okay. For Anarch side, I love the Gangrel. From Camarilla side, I'm sorry. I love playing a Ventru. That
You
is fun.
snooty bitch.
Okay,
Ventru's my other
okay.
one. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Claire is not a snooty bitch. She's a baby.
What do you call that?
She's a baby fledgling, but, you know, she's not a snooty bitch.
I only ever played one Tremere, and the game didn't last very long.
I played a Tremere in LARP for
Ever.
4.5 years. We would literally walk around going, "We are the amoeba. Where we go one, we go all." We were like QAnon before QAnon existed. Because Tremere were so fucking hated, you could never. There was literally.
Oh, why are they hated? Why are they hated? Should I mention gargoyles? Gargoyles.
Gargoyles are awesome.
You know how
I'm just gonna
awesome it
say.
is to have a gargoyle?
But here's the thing, they use other fucking kindred to make those things.
And you know what? If people didn't get in debt to Tremere, they wouldn't have to pay off that debt by becoming a gargoyle.
Exactly.
And honestly, I mean, after all of those Gangrel and Zamichi that they experimented on to be able to make the gargoyles, wouldn't it be disrespectful to all those that had died before to not make the gargoyles at this point?
Well, you know, most of them didn't die. We just put the parts in cans and saved them for later.
Yeah.
Okay, my heart is starting to hurt because one, I play a Gangrel, two, my Gangrel has a Zamitzi Childer that she randomly picked up recently. That's a whole thing.
So the Tremere had a collection, okay? So we had Bruja in a bag, because we had ass in a can, which was an Assamite.
Yeah.
We had Malcav in the meat locker.
That was not funny.
We had what was the Toreador in?
Oh,
Tin can.
Yeah.
Toreador in a tin can.
Yeah.
And I think we had a Venture somewhere, but I can't remember what we put them in, and I think we were done with the alliteration by then. They were all in the Chantry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 Ventru, a Ministry, a Nosferatu, a Toreador, a Malkavian, a Thin Blood, a Gangrel, and I'm not sure, because our Chronicle's pretty big, so we swap characters when one doesn't really have much to do, so we put the other one in. And then we also have a baby Bruja that has an issue that likes to sniff people for some reason. He keeps this problem.
Just a small derangement.
The vine was in a wine bucket.
But yes, my favorite clan was Tremere. I don't know what they've done to them. Because
What about Ravnos?
blood magic.
Oh yeah, Ravenos, the trash people, as I lovingly call them.
Do they still exist? I thought they
Yes,
removed
do.
them.
They are, they do, but they are extremely rare, and they do hide quite a bit.
They were supposed to be rare in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're even more so. They are still in V5. So hold on, let me pull up.
Well, I was gonna say, what do they do about the unfortunate issues that the Ravenos clan has?
Oh, with the Bane, where they can't stay in one place for more
Not
than
the Bane, not just the Bane, but with the whole cultural appropriation and other issues like that.
Okay, so they said with the Ravenos, they will embrace pretty much anybody
Oh, I know.
that will travel on the road. That's all I know. I haven't read a lot of the V5 books because I just got the rest of them recently. But no, the clans are now...
Excuse me.
There's
They've
Bruja,
changed so
Gangrel,
much.
Malkavian, Nosferatu, Toreador, Tremere, Ventru, Caitiff, Thinblood, Banu Hakim, Hakata, that's where Giovanni's are now, or Hakata, Lasombra, Ministry, Ravenos, Lubri, and Zenitsu. And there are no paths, there's no true Bruja anymore.
Good, because that stupid temporal shit was ridiculous.
Yeah. I do know
A fucking
some
discipline that lets you control time.
Yeah, I do know there's some clan disciplines that have changed with some in V5.
We've actually played V5. We played Jonathan, myself, Jessica, and one other person. We played a few sessions of a V5 game.
Yeah. I still went back to Malcat because, what can I say? I am
Malkavian time
Yeah,
is a
'cause-
thing.
I
Boss
really
fights
enjoyed
not
the new
anymore.
character creation stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, same.
love the new character creation stuff in V5.
There was
Yeah.
finally like an actual justification for people to be together without trying to kill each other all the time.
Yeah, the fact that you built your coterie.
Yeah,
Yes.
the coder is pretty cool.
All right. But in the meantime, how did you guys have fun tonight?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I passed away like 3 times.
I saw. Did you actually fall out of your chair, or did you just dive under your desk?
I like pushed my chair back and like lowered myself on the
It was a very funny lower of just like I'm done. I'm getting to hide now.
Yeah, and then just
I
slapping I'm gonna slap my webcam so much more for emphasis. That was funny as fuck.
So,
I totally took that as you were on your knees.
Yeah.
ready to go.
Damn,
so who was your favorite character in the bar?
Duh.
I like the description of the one with all like the piercings. I've seen people with like the piercings that go above like their lip and like in their gums. I think it's such a cool look. Very intrigued by the like non-binary like hot voice curly hair person, and like that the ghoul.
There was 2 ghouls.
I'm extremely available. I'm mostly on Friday evening. If all 3 of them are hungry, I got a lot of blood. I got a lot going on.
So
You're getting very attached to people that are going to not exist
Be
in the first 30
exploded?
seconds
You
of the
think
next
Ray
game,
can't
right?
make more
I
hot
was about
people?
to say.
You think Ray can't make more hot people?
But they won't be those people anymore.
It won't be those
Fine.
people, but
It's
I'm
fine. We
sure
can
Ray
find
can
you a
make more
big-
hot people just
we
to
can buy a
ruin my
big
life
kitty goth girl.
specifically.
okay, just to make things even worse, when Ray and I were dating, he had an 18-foot bullwhip. He has this interesting ability that I love so much, and this might be the reason why we're married. You want to tell him what it is that you do with the bullwhip, babe?
So, I'm weird. And I mastered the bullwhip. And I'm not joking. I put 3 empty cans on a banister. And I told her to pick which one she wanted me to bring back. And she picked the middle one, and I put them touching each other. So I used the bullwhip, snapped the middle can out of it, caught it in my hand when it came back to me, and left the other 2 cans standing there without moving. And so she didn't believe I did that wasn't just luck, so I did it 4 more times.
Love it. Love it.
And I can literally, that whole the scene in Zorro where he snaps the Z in the wall with a bullwhip?
Yep.
I can do that. I can write with a bullwhip.
Oh, yeah.
I can actually do something that I didn't think I could do, but I did. And I can snap a chain like a bullwhip.
Woo.
And
All
it doesn't matter how heavy the chain is as long as I can lift it.
It's
Yep.
getting almost to midnight here.
Yeah, I know.
So, with those thoughts, ladies and germs, y'all need to go to bed.
But anyway, our amazing people here tonight have been
Right,
incredible.
we never stopped streaming any of this conversation.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. We don't stop this streaming thing. Ivy, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm Gamer the Girl on Instagram, TikTok, etc. You can find me Mondays over at Dice Cream Sandwich, where I play Feral, a Circle of the Moon Druid. You can find me every Tuesday here. You can find me over on my own channel where I DM a all-girls game. We are switching days, it sounds like, so I will currently have it on hiatus, but it will be coming back shortly.
Do you know what game you're playing yet, or is that just you're still in the decision-making process?
It's the one I DM, but I'll be hopefully DMing another one this coming year as well. So it just depends on what day, because the BBEG of D&D is scheduling. But that's
Absolutely.
It sure is.
Yes, it is. Sphinx, where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok as CircleDM, Instagram and everywhere else at Sphinx Akasha. On Tuesdays, right here with you wonderful people playing Emerald Sanctums. Wednesdays, right back here on Dinner and a Game playing Kingdoms of Mist. On every other Fridays, I am found on the Alex Bomb channel playing Initiatives and Intrigues, and on the Fridays that we're not doing that, I am running my own campaign called Agents of the Circle on the ADH Adventures channel. On Saturdays, playing again with ADH Adventures in a campaign called Heroes Arc. Yeah, that's about where you can find. Agents of the Circle is also a podcast that you can get pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. And like I said earlier, I am working on with some other friends a new podcast series that we have not yet announced, but we will be soon. It is going to be hilarious, and I'm super excited about it.
Excellent. And M, where can people find you?
Hello, I am starshard.stories on TikTok, Instagram, and starshardstory on Twitter. You can find me here on Tuesdays. Then every other Thursday, you can find me on Turn to Page 394, where I DM a Star Wars 5e campaign. And then Friday, every other Friday on Spotify, you can listen to the newest episode of Arcadia Bay University, which is a Monster Hearts game. And then Friday night, you can find me on Vampiric Touch ENT for our Exalted Saga, the evolution of Onyx and Gold. And then by the time that ends, it's technically Saturday morning at 12:30 in the morning. You can find me on the Figment Collective on Twitch and YouTube for PDX by night. And then Sunday around noon to 4, you can find me on the Figment Collective for our Monster Hearts game, Blue River Academy.
Dun dun dun! And Milagros, I know you're getting ready to graduate and your time is all taken up with school right now. But people can find you here on Tuesdays playing in Emerald Enclave. They can find you tomorrow night over here again playing Kingdoms of Mist, playing Utopia. Is there anything else you want to plug right now?
I mean, not right now. I'm posting little easy to make videos on TikTok, but nothing super dedicated yet. Because I'm in limbo, just really trying to finish school on time. But I will be here every single week.
Gotcha. And I'm really looking forward to when you start busting out those writing videos.
Yes. So excited.
Yeah, I'm looking for that because I'm starting to use Milanote, so I'm starting to put things together.
Yes, I've got Milanote, I've got Obsidian, Scapel, Notion, I got it.
And Jonathan, thank you for being an OG and being here, and thank you for letting me flirt with you for almost an hour.
I mean, it's whatever, right?
It's a couple of guys being dudes,
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. And beautiful wife, I love you so much. Thank you for running all the social media for us, and thank you for helping our Facebook get to where it is now. Jesus, I think we're at almost 14K. Where are we?
I invite a lot of people. It's only 13 something.
Oh yeah, we're only at 13,000.
So I've been sick.
Yeah, we've been sick.
Sorry.
We're 13K followers on Facebook. If you want to come follow us over on Facebook, we post up a ton of links, industry news. We post up our showtimes on there. We post up other contests on there as well. And of course, all of our links are there as well. You can find us here. You can find us on Twitch. Which is here. Here is on Twitch. Remember, if you follow us here, when we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, we are going to be giving away that set of books. When we hit 100 followers on YouTube, we're going to be giving that set of books. And then when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're giving away this 3D printed Wizard's Tower. And we're already at 870, so we're almost there. And then finally, tomorrow night, we will be giving away another mini at the break. Be here to win. It's given out. The mini is contest started before the break. It's a 10-minute break. We draw the contest winner after the break, and we will be sending you a 3D printed custom mini that barely anyone will have other than you. So, please, everyone, remember at dinner game we always save you a seat at the table. Please, when you're out there in the real world, I have COVID, and I wore a mask, and I was diligent in everything. Be careful. It may not protect you all the time, but it's going to protect you enough. So wear a mask, do what you can to be safe, and make sure that you do everything you can for yourself to take your meds, drink some water. We love you. We'll see you all next time. How about we rate some Dice Cream sandwiches?
That sounds good.
Sound good, Ivy?
I like sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
No, I just want ice cream, though.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, well, ice cream sandwiches are the best sandwiches. Everyone knows that. So we're going to rate Dice Cream sandwiches. They are on playing D&D. Go ahead and give them some love. Let them know how much it means to them that you're out there. They're out there creating content for you to enjoy during the pandemic. Every creator just wants to hear you enjoy what they do. So let them know, and let them know Dinner and Game sent you. We will see you guys tomorrow night for Kingdoms of Mist and next week for Emerald Enclaves. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night.
Bye.